If I told you the things I've seen on my ways, if I told you the things I've done in my days, you wouldn't believe me anyway.
You are listening to Session 0 of Exodus in Mongoose Traveler 2nd Edition.
I've lived 1,000 lives. I've piloted 1,000 souls. I killed and fought and died just for a single role.
Why, hello.
Hi.
I'm
Good morning.
I'm Stu. I'm going to be the referee of this game. They're called referees.
Did you get your whistle? Striped shirt?
I'll get a striped shirt and a whistle for next time. We're going to be playing Mongoose Traveler 2nd Edition. The setting is Ashes of Exodus, which is a tech level 10, almost tech level 11, sort of low-tech starfaring setting. If you're a Patreon, you've already got some stuff about this setting that I sent you last night.
happyjacks.org/Patreon.
Yes. Is your mic on?
Yeah.
Oh, it's low. Oh, someone had them all turned down at a very moderate level. That's nice of them. I mean, it's better than blowing me out. Anyway, we have players. We don't have characters yet because this is character creation.
Yay! And Traveler has like one of the best character creation processes, and I'm very, very excited for this, even though it's early in the morning.
It's going to be totally great.
That's okay. It's good. We're happy.
So,
We're just all caffeinating.
Yeah.
There we go. Cheers.
Caffeine's going to hit in like 20 minutes, and then this is just going to like go up to a new level. Yeah.
and the players introducing themselves to my left.
I am Kimmy, and I have no idea who I'm playing yet.
I'm Joey, and I'm so excited to play this game.
I'm Stork. I love Traveler. It's a problem with me.
I'm Pooja, and I'm super excited to play this game and make these characters and find out what we're going to be playing.
Right? Yeah, that's the thing. No.
Didn't know.
All right. Well,
Could even die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is a random character generation system for those at home who are unfamiliar, and you really don't have a lot of choice in what your character is going to become. You get to try to make choices, and sometimes you succeed. Now, what I've done in the past, I've given players poker chips. A poker chip can be used for a reroll. If you're like, I'm going to roll my stats. Oh, I got a 2. I'm going to re-roll it, right? Or if any roll that you failed during character creation. Okay. If you have any left after character creation, you can spend them because I have like a sort of skills package of stuff that the party may need during the course of the campaign, and if you don't have any of those, you can spend 1 to get a skill at 0, or 2 to get a skill at 1.
Okay.
And so
And that is still, that's not a homebrew really. That's a legitimate part of a Traveler is they have these skill packages.
The skill packages are, yeah.
Thank you.
Let me go pass those down.
Here we go.
Thank you.
So we start. I'm trying to. I can't find my PDF of the rules.
You just gave us a bunch of them, so.
I know. No, but I have a PDF of it somewhere. Just a dude.
And this is Mongoose Traveler 2nd Edition, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's mostly the same.
There's a couple dice mechanic differences. They have sort of the advantage and disadvantage mechanic, things like that.
All right. So we're starting off today with Traveler creation in the book.
Turn with me now.
Now, there's like a little flow chart that's very handy. Now, it doesn't have all of the options out on it, I think.
It's very fancy.
That's
Creating a traveler.
Yep, there it is.
Isn't it just on like the next page of the book that you were looking at, Graham?
Maybe?
Yes.
There we go. Oh, yeah!
I was elected to lead, not to read.
Accurate. All right.
Nice line cap.
So it looks like, according to this amazing Creating a Traveler flow map, which I'm a huge fan of flow maps.
Yes.
So the first one we do is characteristics on page 8. Then we do background skills on page 9. So, Stu, how do you want to do this? Do you want, like, one person to go through the whole thing, or do you want us all to do one step at a time?
I would say at this point, I'll do one step at a time.
Okay.
Because this is just coming up with your stats. Now, do you guys want to do hardcore rules where I'm going to roll my strength? Or do you just want to roll 6 stats and assign them as you like?
6 stats and assign them as you
Yes.
like.
Okay,
Yes,
all right.
yes.
I was going to go the other way, but okay.
What would you
Here's
want?
why, because it doesn't really matter, because you're going to get bonuses and stuff anyway through the course of your career.
But
or
you have no
minuses
control
anyway.
over what those are.
But you have no, but it just helps with the randomness.
You can do
I'm
that.
gonna-
You know what?
I'm gonna hardcore it.
If you want to do that, I'll give you two more poker chips.
It's okay. I'm just going to hardcore
All right,
it.
okay.
Maybe some of us should hardcore it, and some of us should not, and we just see the difference.
I'm not sure Stork's the right one to hardcore.
Oh, this
That's
is
right.
perfect for the
It's
hardcore.
based on dice rolls. I think Stork and I should both hardcore it
Okay.
and see which one of us is worse.
It's such a random thing. I'm gonna embrace the randomness of this whole generation here. I'm not gonna try to game it.
Go with the chaos.
Yeah, go for the chaos.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. So Stork and I are going to go hardcore.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
I'm going to embrace the illusion of control.
Also, your character is going to change during character creation a lot, so I wouldn't write on it on a character sheet until
the
it's
end.
done.
Okay.
Because your stats can change. And all
Yeah.
that stuff.
There we
They
go.
do. It's a fluid thing.
If people want.
It's
Oh,
fluid.
no, I got mine.
You got your notebook?
I know, boo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's give it a big.
Oh,
piece
look,
of
there's rulebook errata. I didn't realize I had that file. Or is it included?
Maybe?
paper. Depending on the edition you got, I think. Yeah.
Oh, it's the whole thing. They just put the errata in it. Okay.
Nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Well,
That's exciting.
it'd be nice to know what the errata was since I actually bought physical books.
Oh. Well, all right, so we're starting on page 8 with characteristics.
You have 6 stats: strength, dex, endurance, intelligence,
Jeez.
education, social status.
Rolling characteristics to
roll
determine the
two-
traveler's
you roll
characteristics.
2d6.
Roll 2d. It just says 2d. One after another, and assign the scores in any order you wish to the 6 characteristics, starting with strength. Record
Oh,
them on your
okay.
character's
So
sheet.
it's hardcore, like the hardcore rules are now.
A house rule.
For each characteristic, determine its dice modifier on the characteristic modifier table on page 9. There is no table on page 9. It must be this characteristic
it's
modifier on
Yeah,
page
page
8.
Yeah.
So there's some errata right there we just stumbled into.
Well, I will let you know if that's in my version here.
Well, it says the characteristic on page 9, but it's actually right below
Right
that
below
sentence. So, way to go, Mongoose. All right, I'm going first here.
Go,
Do it.
go, go,
Do the thing.
go.
I've got a 7 for my strength.
7.
No, that'll change.
No, no.
I'm on character sheet. Okay. Yeah,
Okay,
they,
it's in pencil.
you'll be happy to know they did change that in the errata.
Ah!
So, okay.
It
So
no
this-
longer mentions the page number.
Now, the thing about 7 is that's a characteristic
also
score of
says
plus 0 modifier. So
It says dice modifier on the characteristic modifier table below in my edition of the book.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
mine too.
you have the new book then.
I have the
guess.
old book.
Yes,
Oh, that
you
was
do.
that was one from Drive Through RPG. That was the print on demand one.
Yeah.
Oh, got it. Okay, so that one's been corrected.
Yeah.
That's good to know. All right.
All right.
For those of us who get nods.
Okay, I'm just going to keep going, and then you guys can go.
Okay, yeah. sounds
All right. So I've got a 5 for my dexterity.
So don't
I'm using my official traveler dice, mind you.
That's
Yeah.
a -1.
Oh, yeah, minus. Well, I'm not going to write those down yet because that's still
That'll
fluid.
change. Okay.
All right, so a 10 for my
Ooh.
endurance,
All right.
Big and clumsy.
an 8 for my intellect, a 4 for my education, homeschooled,
Raised by wolves.
a 7 for my social. Okay, I now have my stats done.
Okay.
Okay.
Next,
Do it. Go, Pooja.
Try this. Bad boys out. That's an 8.
Okay.
A 3.
Ooh.
An 8.
these are decent rolls, and that can go way up depending on what you get when you do your jobs.
An 8.
Lots of different combinations of 8, though. It's interesting. It's not the same thing.
A 9.
Oh,
there you go.
Okay.
That takes you right into +1.
Stu, are you doing more hot water?
You want some tea?
And a 7.
Just fill it up.
3, 4, 5, 6, and I am going to go ahead and re-roll that 3.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Because, you know, how can I be the most average of the average travelers? And it's a 6. That works out.
Better than a 3.
It's
It is
twice as good.
Twice as good as a 3.
Yeah.
So now you are absolutely averaging. All
Except-
but one.
I'm. That's the one that's below average, and then everything else averages out to 8.
It's okay.
That's amazing.
We're gonna-
I might as well have just put them down this way. And I think I will.
There you go.
Yes.
Embrace
This
the
is
chaos.
glorious.
And it really will change a lot.
8, 8. Ooh, that puts me at a 9 education. Fancy.
Yes.
Smarty pants.
All right.
You want to go?
I guess I'll go.
Go for it.
All right.
Do the
So
thing.
first one. So 8 for strength. 9 for dex. All right. It's because I'm using the. I'm
No
not going to jinx
wonder.
it. I'm not going to say anything. I'm stopping. All right. 6, 7, 8. Again, it's early. Adding 2 to 6 is hard. 5 for intelligence. Well, let's see. 6 for education. All right.
All of us are average.
Ooh.
A 2 for social.
You're a criminal. That could be fun. That could be
I
fun.
might keep
Even
that.
even criminals have more social standing.
No, is that
character.
social standing or is that my social skills? Like, am I just
think
like
both.
a
It's-
total
'Cause
asshole?
There's like the whole social standing and nobility section here.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think it's mostly standing. I don't think it's your skills
No,
at all.
it's also skill. There's,
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
because-
social skills.
There's a
Because it affects
characteristic.
some of your, like, as you go through your careers, it affects
it
some of your
does.
stuff there.
It does.
Yeah.
We're doing so well, and then I think I'm gonna. Yeah, I think 2 is a little too low.
Oh man,
Yeah,
embrace it. Be a drifter. Because if you're a drifter, you could get psionics.
Oh.
But I don't get to pick that.
Oh,
You might
again,
get you
it's
get
random.
psionics just
If I got
going
to-
to school too.
Sometimes, yeah, you get an event. That's
All
right.
right.
You did read the book. You did the homework.
All right, I'm gonna spend 1 to re-roll the 2 I rolled.
And I spent 1 to reroll my 3
Okay.
so that I could be perfectly average.
Oh God!
Oh my god!
3.
It's 50% better than the 2.
But it doesn't take her out of the dice
I
modifier.
am meant to be an asshole. Okay,
All
sorry
right.
guys. The dice.
What is that for?
The social skill.
Oh, social status?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It could go up though.
Right.
We'll see.
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
It'll be fine.
Oh.
Oh, that's gonna get re-rolled. Yeah,
That's a 3 for strength. Or I guess you're moving them around.
I'm moving them around. A 5. Come on, guys. We're gonna do a swap out. All right, there we go. 7.
Oh,
Oh,
a
I'll take that
10. This is like the best roll we've had so far. Oh, no, you have a 10 for endurance.
Well, yeah, until I go through school and get blown up and it drops by 3,
A 9.
which happened in a game.
Yeah.
And Batman symbol.
I lost an eye.
Another 10.
Awesome.
All right.
Joey's got, Joey's the best of us.
We're gonna run
Yes.
that 3. Cause fuck that.
Clearly, Joey's going to be in front of everything.
And another
Another
10.
10.
Seriously, exceptional.
I love you, dice.
Okay, next on the hit parade, background skills. Okay, so you choose education, dice modifier +3, background skills. That says page 9.
Okay, so
which is not true
for-
anymore.
What that mean?
It's on page 8.
There.
So 4 background skills.
So it's whatever your education DM is +3.
My education DM is -1. So I get 2.
That's the only one I have a modifier for, so I'm really excited about it.
So choose education, dice modifier +3, background skills.
Education.
Here, let's just read this. Before embarking on your careers, you receive a number of background skills equal to your education +3. So,
Education
so-
DM.
education
Yeah.
DM +3. So, 0 to 6, depending on your education score, chosen from the list below. This represents the knowledge you have picked up during adolescence and will allow you to function at a basic level at a technological society. All right, so I get 3 minus 1, so I get 2.
I get 3 plus 1.
Your mic is off.
Mine?
No.
It's on.
Tap it.
Oh.
It
It's
is
just
not
really
Am I
functional.
low.
dead? Or am I just really low?
So I am going to go
That's interesting.
with...
Now you'll be very loud.
Oh, it'll be fun. Yeah? I'm still not... I'm not hearing myself, Stu. I can't feel my legs.
I'm going to go with drive.
I have a question
Yeah.
about this because, in terms of this setting, like it's a mid-level technology, but
Yeah.
like, are we saying that we're all kind of from the same planet group, or like,
I
or
should explain that. You don't have to be. The organ. It's all of character generation is going to end when you all come to this organization called the Exodus Foundation that you're going to be working for. And basically, they hand you a ship. They give you some training. That's what the skill package stuff at the end of the thing is going to be for. To basically go out, and they're a non-governmental organization that tries to help planets that are kind of being ignored by the spacefaring nations of Terra, to kind of do the things that the government won't do for them. So that's kind of who you work for. The way I've done it in the past is when you're done with character generation, a lot of times there's no impetus. It's like, why would my character go off and join this organization over here when I'm a high-level manager in this, or I'm a general, or whatever it is. So what I normally do is have people roll and mishap after character creation, and that's the reason you left.
okay?
That's the reason you had to switch careers. So,
Thanks, Tabby. That was a Tabby.
yeah, Tappy's...
That
Tappy's
makes a
one.
lot of sense.
Yeah.
'Cause why would you leave if you're, got all this cushy job and all this money?
Right.
Be career military.
But as far as who the characters are, there's a connection mechanic that happens at the end of every
Yeah.
term to kind of
Yeah.
how your characters met. But if you guys want to have... Now, are you on to Homeworld?
No.
No,
Okay.
I was looking at background skills, and I was like, oh, well, your homeworld can impact your background skills.
Oh, absolutely,
like,
yeah.
that you would want to have chosen. So I was just curious as to whether we had any kind of
It can be changed.
guidance.
It can be changed if you decide, I think, because we've done that before too. I'm like, oh, I came from a water world. I guess I wouldn't have drive. I'm going to go with sailing instead.
No, do they still-
Seafarer.
That's what the chips are for.
Yes. Well, I think in this case, because it's still fluid, because you haven't actually worked out your background or your... Anyway.
Yeah.
They still have the Homeworld mechanic in here?
I don't know,
I
GM.
didn't see that
Oh, maybe
when I was
maybe
reading it yesterday.
Oh, see, probably.
It says right here, where do I come from? While knowledge of the traveler's homeworld is not necessary, it is a very nice tool to start shaping the character from one of the outset. Background skills can be picked to help suggest the kind of world the traveler grew up on. For example, a traveler coming from a naturalistic agricultural world may well have animal, seafaring, and survival skills, whereas one child who was spent in an asteroid belt would have vac-suit, electronics, and flyer. This is by no means compulsory, but you might find the traveler you create starts to come alive much faster during creation. But it doesn't say...
Yeah, I think they replaced in first edition. You picked the planet you were from, and that determined the skill you got.
It's true. I missed that. I like that.
Oh, great.
So we're speaking
So if I
force-
get a 0 dice modifier, I don't get to pick any skills.
You get
No, you
You
get
get
3.
three.
Oh, okay,
You
got
get
it.
the
Yeah.
DM plus 3.
Oh, got it. Okay, perfect.
I had a -1, so I only got 2 skills.
Ah.
And is there a list of the skills we can choose from, or is there any on the character sheet?
It's in
Down
right
there.
there.
Oh, I'm just blind. Okay.
It's really like right in front of your face.
It is.
It's the closest part of
Again,
the page to you.
I can't read.
If it was a snake,
Yeah. It wouldn't bite you because it would think you were their home and it was safe. Like this.
right?
So that's how close it is.
Okay, I can't help that as a Hufflepuff. That thing's just naturally nice towards me.
That's true.
Badger.
And
All right.
All right.
I feel like, yeah.
so I'm picking language, medic, science, and
I'll give you guys kind of a pro tip that I've
Vac-suit.
discovered, which is when you start in the actual character creation and stuff, depending on the stuff you're at, some of the mundane skills aren't always there. Like, we've had people that couldn't drive. or we had people that couldn't
Administrate.
administrate or back suit, because sometimes that stuff comes up in creation anyway. So sometimes it's okay to pick a skill that's sort of ubiquitous that you would have in a high technological area that may or may not come up in your career path, or you don't want to spend points on it. It's like I want to spend points on guns, not on drive.
Okay, so I picked language, medic, science, and vac suit.
Nice.
If anyone cares.
Back suit is very handy.
I will take admin, carouse.
Now, the athletics have the little parentheses next to them. That means you have to put something in the parentheses more specific,
I
correct?
believe it's after level 0 you have to pick,
Okay.
I think, if I'm recalling correctly.
There's just, it's on the character sheet 3 times with big parentheses and
Right.
no, like...
That's for the three physical stats.
Yes.
So you
Got
have athletics, strength, athletics, endurance, athletics,
Got it,
dexterity.
okay.
And if I recall correctly, you get it at a level lower for the non-specialties, but let me double check.
Got
that.
it, okay. So I picked athletics, streetwise, and survival. So,
Handy.
yeah. And I'm not super smart, so... And I'm also super low social, so... Actually, my education is not terrible. I have a 0 modifier in that.
Brooke,
All
you
right.
have
Since I can't help myself, I'll take art.
Oh.
Aw.
And you look at
no.
page. Oh.
It used to have a pouch in the back.
Oh.
Now it has a handy-dandy hard book. This was the part that was
Yeah.
sticking it on
Yeah.
that apparently just
Huh.
decided to stop sticky.
It looks like they didn't peel the sticky off all the way. Does it? It's like they, so you probably peel that off and stick it back on.
I think this was the sticky.
I think that is
I think
the
that is
part
the
as the
Yes,
glue
yeah.
as the glue powders all over me now.
How old
Oh.
is that book?
Not that old. It can't be more than like 2 years.
I have a glue sticks if you want a glue stick. I have kids, of course I have glue
Stapler?
sticks.
Better living through office supplies.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
I have my skills.
All right.
Yep.
So next up we have pre-education career, and there's a yes or a no. Do you want to go to a pre-education career? That's on page 14. Or do
Okay.
you want to just go to a career?
I want to go to pre-education.
Yeah, I'm going to
career
university.
education.
Yep.
Okay. I'm just going to go to a career because my education is 4, so I'm going to, embrace the fact that hard knock life, school of hard knocks.
So I have, the entry is, well, I guess we can. Most worlds have one or more universities within their major settlements, but even citizens of the most remote system can engage in university education through the use of computer networks and interstellar communications. A university education will channel a character's efforts into a narrow range of skills, but there are few other ways to become more skillful within them so quickly. And you have to roll your education's 7 or higher in order to be accepted into university. And you have a dice modifier -1 if it's in term 2, and dice modifier -2 if you're trying to get into university in term 3. But you get a dice modifier +1 if your social is 9 or higher.
Interesting.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, too real.
Okay.
I think I'm going to go straight into the military academy.
That's what I'm doing. I was
Yeah.
looking now because you have to have certain qualifications
Uh-oh.
in order to get into them. So you should on page 19.
Yep.
My endurance is my high stat at a 10, so that really makes me good at Army and Marine, where I need a 6+. Now I also have an intelligence of 8, so I could do Scholar, which seems counterintuitive to somebody whose education is a 4,
Maybe you're more of a philosopher.
I don't think you
type.
get
or
to
an
pick.
agent.
I think for those who are looking to dedicate their lives to the military service, there's no better option than joining the academy to round out an education. This is a popular choice for those coming from military families or those having grown up near, never considering anything other than a life in uniform. A term within the military academy can set a recruit's career up for great things, so competition to gain one of the limited number of open slots is fierce. Before joining the military academy, you must decide whether or not it's Army, Marines, or Navy. Entry, you need endurance of +8. For Army, Marines, endurance 9+, Navy, intelligence 9+, DM 2. DM if in term 2, DM 4 if in term 3. Well, let's see.
Where's a traveler companion?
My endurance. I can be army.
You can also be a Marine.
Nope. I need endurance of 9+, and I have an
I think-
endurance of 8.
I
you have to
think
roll.
that's the skill check.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the roll.
So you have
That's
to
it.
roll for it, and that's
Oh, got it.
the
You add
like
your modifier to the roll.
It's
Got
funny.
it.
My Marine says endurance 6+, so that must be in the errata.
This is on page 15.
I got page 19.
This is on the, yeah.
Oh.
Got it. So yeah, entry.
yeah, that's interesting because
Yeah.
in oh, you know what? Because that's the career, and that is not the military academy.
There you go.
Got it.
That makes sense.
All right, I'm going to go with Marine. So I have to see if I qualify, right?
Yes.
So I need a 9+, right?
But you already, I don't, okay, wait. I'm sorry, I'm confused. It says endurance 9+.
That means you need to make a roll, and you're going to add your endurance DM to it, and you need to get
Got it.
9 or higher.
A 9 or higher.
Perfect. Got it.
So I
I
have
remember. No.
I have a DM now of, I should probably have written these down, of +1. Thank you. So here we go. 4, 5, 6, 7. I did not make it into the Marines.
Oh.
No. You got me
That
into the
means
army, though.
something.
Wait, did you
No,
go for the
Army's 8+.
Marines or did you go for the military academy?
Oh, I'm sorry. I went for the military academy, but
So
it says
you get-
entry. Oh, wait.
Yeah, but they're different military academies.
Yeah,
There's
so you
Army,
get into Army.
Yeah.
Marine, or Navy.
Because you get 6, you've got...
He only got 7, so
oh,
he actually
yeah,
couldn't
7.
get into any of them.
Nope. Okay.
Also, I don't know. I may have mentioned it on the Slack. There are 2 new careers in the Traveler Companion.
Ooh.
What
are those?
What were they? Let me find them real quick. The Truther and the Believer. The Truther is, if I recall correctly, it's kind of like something. Let me see what the description says.
Oh, God.
I want to put
Is that like a
words in
birth
my
in?
mouth.
Because that sounds...
It sounds similar, but...
Well, the first thing I thought when I saw it was like a 9/11 Truther.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
It's
that-
the inside job people.
but I seriously doubt it's that.
I hope not.
Well, it might be. The truther is someone who seeks or knows or claims to know the truth about some fringe subject.
Ah.
In the Third Imperium, the most universal truthers are those who seek knowledge of the ancients and those who say they know secrets about them. There may be other kinds. So
like
you're kind of a
basically
conspiracy
Stargate.
a conspiracy theorist.
It's, yeah, but it's Stargate. Like early in the
Yeah.
early Stargates where everyone's like, oh, this technology is old. Like, you're crazy to think you could do stuff with this. And then
It's a rock.
Yeah. It's
And they
not.
don't have a rank system that you have a following. So, and then a believer is basically you belong to some sort of religious order.
So kind of like Shepherd Book in Firefly.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it. Okay.
And if anyone wants those, and I printed all this stuff out because I remember printing this out too,
Yeah, you're awesome.
and I have no idea where any of it
That's,
is.
you're not.
I'm not awesome, no. Or I'm awesome and disorganized. I don't
Yeah.
know.
It happens.
Both things can be true.
Someone moved it. I'm sure someone moved it.
Okay, so since I failed career descriptions, this is what you need to roll to enter that career, right? If you fail this check, you cannot enter the chosen career this term. You must either submit to the draft or take the drifter career this term. You suffer a dice modifier.
Were you
of
trying to
-1.
get into the Marines or the Marine Academy?
I was trying to get into the academy, but I
Okay,
didn't make
that's
it.
not the same.
Ah.
But I don't think after that, I don't think you have to go into the draft if you miss that.
So I
do
can
you?
just now roll for a career rather than.
I believe so.
Let's have everybody finish their pre-career education roles.
I'm just going over this though because it's
Actually, yeah, it says a traveler can select university or military academy education, making a roll for successful entry. If this is failed, the traveler must immediately attempt entry into a career, and failing that, be drafted as normal. So yeah, if you don't get into a university or military academy, you then go into have a chance at a career, and if you fail at the career, then you're drafted or drifted.
Nice. Okay.
all right. So I'm going to immediately then roll to get into. Let's go with Marine again because that's only a 6 + 1, 7. So I would have made it. And I
you
got
got a
in this
9.
time.
Cleared it.
10.
Nice.
10.
Yes.
So I am now a Marine.
Excellent. Very nice.
Yes.
Joy, why don't you make your roll? You look ready.
Okay, I'll do the thing.
So you're going for
I'm
university.
going to university,
Okay.
and so it's need a 7+. I have a +1 to education, and because I have over a 9 social, I get another +1. So I'm rolling this at a +2. And perfect. So that's a 9. So I make it into the university.
Nice.
Choose a level 0 and level 1 skill from the following list. All right.
Okay. Gimme.
All right, I'm going to go for the military academy. So let's see. Keeping that. So 10 plus the endurance modifier is 0. So 10 still. So I got in. And I can be in the Marines.
Nice.
Cool. 1 to advocate.
Okay. Gonna go for university. And I got a 12.
Cleared it.
Yeah. With honors.
Actually, and that's for graduation. Oh, I'm sad. So the 11 plus this roll would graduate with honors. Wait, does that mean? I have no idea. I'll ask when Stu gets back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now you pick 1 level 0 skill and 1 level 1 skill from the list below.
Whoa! Yeah,
Quit throwing shit, Pooja.
can't help myself. I'm just
They're
so excited.
dice.
All right. I'll take a 0 in astrogation. I think that might be something we might need.
I'm trying to figure out where my list of things
Service
to pick
skill,
from. Yeah. Gain all service skills in the military career the academy is tied to. So I went to the Marines, which is 30. And I'm looking for my service skills. Skills and training.
I'm going to take electronics. And navigation.
Perfect. Yes, we got navigation and astrogation. We're not getting lost.
And I'm going to take electronics at 1 and navigation at 0.
Perfect.
And then
And then we
skills
increase our
and
education by 1.
So that makes it a 10. Fancy.
Mine too. So just a +1. That's fine.
Yeah, well, yeah. That averages out my 6, so now I really am like a...
I am the patron saint of mediocrity.
Salieri. I
Yeah.
love that. I use that all the time.
I absolve you.
I just need to up that social by 1, and I can have like an average weight across the board, and that will make me very
Versatile.
average.
All right. So.
Where are the service skills? Did you find them yet? For Marines, on page 30.
Gain all the service skills of a military career, but it does not list a page. The academy
Am I
is tied
blind?
to level 0, as with
Right here.
base training. Stu Pooja had a question for you.
Well, I'm reading more about this, and since graduation is a separate role, that doesn't apply, and it doesn't look like there are any benefits to me rolling really well to get in.
No.
So, you know, except
you missed the roll.
knowing that I'm awesome.
Right.
No, I just, because I rolled nat 11, 12 with modifier on my entry,
Nice.
and I was like, oh, please tell me I get something nice, and then it was like, nope, you're just cool.
Yeah.
You got early acceptance.
All right. So, do we have to roll for graduation once we enter university?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Well, first you have to roll for... Okay, so it is once a successful entry has been achieved, the traveler will gain any skills noted and roll in the events table opposite. So you choose your skills based on like what it says. Like for university, it says choose a level 0 and a level 1 from the following list, and we've done that. Then we also increase our education by +1. For military... You gain all service skills of the military career the academy is tied to at level 0.
Yeah. And we're
as
still
with
looking
basic.
for the page.
That's going to be the black pages.
Oh, got it.
Immediately after that.
Oh,
you
got
just
it.
Find your branch.
Got it.
So Marine is on page 30, and you actually gain all
Got
of
it.
the Marine skills at level 0.
Fabulous.
One specific table you get this.
Well, yeah, you got to pick. Do you have to pick whether you're going to be support, Star Marine,
Oh,
or
the
ground?
service skills.
Yeah, service
So
skills.
athletics, vac suit, tactics, heavy weapons, gun combat, and stealth.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're different for each service, aren't they?
Yes, but
Yeah.
I'm Marines. So there's a different page for each one.
Well,
It's because it says gain all the service skills of the military career at level 0, as with basic training. So this is those would all be things they would train me in.
So the service skills are all these guys here.
right. Oh, I understand now, because support is over here, Star Marine is over here, and ground assault is over here,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's just the upper table is the only one I need to deal with. All right.
Okay. And so
Yeah. Cool.
and then you roll against the event table.
Right.
Now, if we already have the skill at 0, do you now get it at 1, or does it still default to 0? I think it's still 0.
Specifically say for that, that you're in military academy.
Yes.
Well,
I already
he's-
have vac suit at
You're
0.
not in the military academy.
No,
though.
I joined the
You
military.
You are a Marine.
Yes.
So that's, I think, the next step. I think that's.
My only question is because I'm getting it at 0, I already have it at 0. Does that bring
they
it
were
to
talking
1?
about that for joining the military academy. You get all of them.
But I think he also gets that as part of basic training.
Oh, you do. Okay.
Yeah.
Stu, put your mic on.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just going to. I think it's if I already have it at 0, I think
It's
it just
not
stays at
muted.
0.
I think you're right.
I know
Oh,
I'm right.
It's for them out.
Yeah.
Not here. Basic training. In your first career only, you get all the skills listed for the service table at level 0 as your basic training. For subsequent careers, you may pick at one skill listed on the table at level 0. Blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Right.
So it's at 0. If you already have it at 0, it doesn't increase
right.
for that.
All right, so we get the athletics, vac suit, tactics, heavy. Okay.
Okay. So then, events during pre-career education.
Which is right there on that table.
Yep.
For any term a traveler spends in pre-career education, roll in the following table to generate an event. As with career events, other travelers may be linked to with the connections rule. Perhaps they even spent time in the same university or academy.
Yeah. Exciting.
Yeah. That's where all just like,
Yeah.
I think the way Dave does it, which makes a lot of sense, which is after every term, he does a round of, do you guys want to make a connection now?
Well, that's how. Yeah, you may do an event and then use the events to make connections.
Well, you guys both went to university, so I think you guys are the only ones with the possibility of making a connection.
But you and I are both Marines.
Right.
You went to the university, and I just went right into
I went
Marines.
to the academy, yeah. I mean,
So we could conceivably meet in...
just
know.
depending on what the events
we
are.
sit down at the test
Or-
day together, and it's like,
or-
Let's see how bad this
You know,
can be.
just
All right.
working out
Ready?
together, in the gym or whatever.
8 and 5. So an 8 is, whoa. You
This is so
join a
cool.
political movement.
Yeah!
Roll social with a difficulty level 8+. If successful, you become a leading figure. Gain one ally within the movement, but gain one enemy in wider
See
society.
how cool this is? This is where the game comes alive.
All right. Make your roll.
This is something you never would have picked. And now it's going to play out in your character.
I
Oh.
failed miserably.
Does something cool happen if you fail?
No.
No.
I'm just not successful. I'm just like a lackey in the political movement.
And mine
Handing out
was
pamphlets.
taking advantage of youth. You party as much as you study. Gain 1 carouse.
nice.
And you already had carouse.
Oh, carouse 1.
But
so yeah,
but he gains it at level 1.
I 1 instead of level 0.
Right.
Yeah.
So I rolled that too, even though I'm at the military academy, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
8.
8.
So you have the same event
I also
do.
join a political movement. Okay. And then I have to roll to see. Oh, 7.
Do you have any social benefit?
I don't know. Let me look.
What's your social
No, I have
status?
no.
Oh,
I have
then
no
no.
social benefit.
Then-
Nope.
Do you have a negative social
Yeah, I
benefit?
do.
So we are both lackeys in
Yeah,
in
in the
unnamed
movement.
political movement.
But we could have met there, so that I mean, it could be the same. political
Okay,
movement,
and so
maybe.
for me, if this is your first term career, go through basic training. Otherwise, choose a skill table and roll. So I went through basic training.
So why don't we have you hold on for just a second, Stuart? Because we're going to take that next step too, and then we'll all be at the same time.
But I wonder if I need to roll a mishap for my... Okay.
Well, I mean, if we're doing in terms, this is his first term. We just did our first term.
Right.
Oh, okay.
I'm not actually a year ahead of you guys. I'm simultaneously on,
Right,
on the
but
same.
we're
Well,
gonna.
we won't really know until you get to see how many terms everyone does.
Right,
Yeah.
that's true.
So I was just thinking we're all going to enter our careers now. Maybe we'll enter our careers next. We'll see, or we'll get drafted and then we'll all be rolling in the same place.
Right.
Is that correct?
So while you spent 4 years at school, I spent 4 years in the military.
Yes.
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 Possibly, yeah.
So I still need to roll.
Assuming that we end up graduating, which I think now we
Oh yeah,
can.
we have to roll
we
for
roll our
graduation.
graduation.
So I skipped the whole education thing and went directly to work. So
Yes.
I still have to roll, I think, a survival and then an event.
Right. Well, we're all going to roll that too.
Okay.
So just hold on for just a second, and
Okay.
we're all going to do it at the same time. All right. So let's finish our schooling up.
Well, isn't the event the last thing you do?
Yeah. It's
Well, they
But
just,
for this, you
Oh,
do
it is.
before
Okay.
graduation.
they just rolled their event because
Got it.
that's after their 4 years they get an event from school.
Okay.
And
before
then
they
we
join
have
the
to
career.
also
Roll for
roll for
graduation.
graduation.
I've joined the career, so I get an event because I'm still in the career.
Right.
I've just skipped the school, but I'm still doing 4 years
Yeah.
at
Got
something.
yes.
So you have to roll on the life
Yes.
events table? Is that what the...
That's what I'm looking at.
Roll for qualification if this is a new career, first term. Oh, you have to roll for survival.
Yep.
Page 16, and roll for an event.
Yep. That's where I was going with that.
Yeah.
So while you guys are graduating and partying, I'm seeing if I live.
Right.
Yes.
It's hard to be you, Stork.
It is.
Except not really, because that was the old Traveler.
Right, it was.
Where you actually killed your character. in
Basic
You
training.
actually could die.
Each career has a survival roll. If you fail this roll, you must then roll on the mishap table. This
Yes.
mishap will force you to leave the career immediately unless otherwise stated. So, what's my survival for this?
We don't
It
know.
should say
It
under
says
the,
on
the
the
career.
career.
I'm looking.
It should be near the top.
It
It should be
is.
says survival.
Oh, there it is. It depends on what career you chose.
Which
Right.
section are you in?
I didn't actually choose a career yet. I'm still at basic training.
Well, then you have more to do before you even get to that
Yeah.
part.
Yeah. Interesting.
Read the
Okay.
rest of the flow chart.
So you
got
need
more to do.
to...
My flowchart says, all right, choose a career, which I did.
Right.
And
Or choose a specialty.
and then it says, if this is the first term of career, go through basic training. Otherwise, choose a skill table and roll.
Right.
So I went through basic training.
Right. And then what's after that?
Roll for survival.
Did you roll for survival?
No.
No, because the thing about the career progress is he hasn't chosen an assignment yet.
Because I'm either a Star Marine, a support, or a ground assault. But I haven't chosen that yet.
All right. Well, why don't
All right.
we?
Okay. Go ahead. Because I have a feeling I have to choose that now before you guys. But
Right,
maybe not. I'm still
you
in
probably
basic.
have to read how to do it though. And so
It
I was
doesn't
thinking
say
some of us could
anywhere.
roll something else while you're reading.
All right. Go ahead.
I mean, we don't have to. We can wait. It's okay.
I think what makes sense is that he would choose at the end of his basic what his assignment would be,
Right.
and then roll for survival.
I don't know. It actually doesn't. I don't think it matters at this point because he doesn't roll on the on a specific table for his specialty anyway. He just gets the basic training skills.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think if he stays
But-
in, then he gets a specialty.
Or is it different? Is there
Because
different
the
survivals for each
survival
one?
is different depending on what
so
what
yeah.
assignment
Oh, I
he
see.
chooses.
All right, let me look here.
So it seems like he would pick his assignment now, to me. Just because there isn't a basic survival for not having chosen one.
There you go.
That makes sense to me.
Assignments. Choose one of the following: support, Star Marine, or ground assault.
Well, yeah. I mean, because I think I don't know. For some reason, I'm remembering it differently from last time we played.
That may have been first edition.
No, it was.
Was it second edition? I don't remember.
That's fine. If we're cool with that, we're cool with that. That's fine. Yeah, yeah. Let's
Yeah,
say
he has to.
choose
You
one.
have to choose an assignment when you go into a career.
Yeah. So support, infantry, cavalry. Oh wait, no, sorry, Marines. You were in the Marines. I was thinking the wrong
Yeah, so
name.
support, Star Marine, or ground
Yeah.
assault.
Yes.
Now, did you? Okay, yeah, that's cool. Cool.
Skills can be listed in without streetwise. Go ahead and talk because I'm reading over this right now. It looks to me like basically when you get through basic training, then you pick an citizens. Okay.
And did you have to roll to
Okay.
get
Yes.
in the
Here it
Marines?
is. In each career,
You did,
there.
yeah.
Okay.
In each career, there are 3 assignments representing different aspects of the career. Pick one of these assignments when you enter the career.
There
you
it
go.
is.
All right.
One small little sentence at the end of it. Go Pooja. So I'm going to pick Star Marine.
Okay.
So now I have to see Endurance 6 plus to survive Star Marine.
Okay.
Which I made.
Ooh.
Nice. 11.
So I am now a Star Marine, and I think I get the starting stuff for Star Marine.
Nice.
So you roll for survival and you roll for an event.
Oh, okay. 4.
For survival?
For event.
You
The
want
event.
survival. Is
You are assigned to the security staff of a space station. Increase vac suit or athletics dexterity by 1
Nice.
level.
Nice.
I'm going with athletics dexterity by 1.
Okay. So now we
roll for graduation.
roll for graduation.
That's right.
Or you can finish out your term by, if commission is possible and you wish to try. Sorry.
I think I need a commission in order to get that. I need advancement is education 6 plus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, commission's right there. It's social 8 plus.
My social is
So-
a 7. Oh.
So if you don't want to try for commission, then you roll for an advancement.
I'm going to go with what's a commission give me?
You make it, you know, officer.
For commission,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with commission because
yeah,
I think I have a
okay.
better chance of getting that than I do because I'm at a 7 and that puts me at a what's the modifier for that?
It's a 0.
Yeah.
As opposed to the -1 I get for education. 4, 5, 6, and I needed a 8.
Oh, you need it. Yeah.
8
Okay.
plus.
Yeah.
So failed.
So
So now I get a
Then-
mishap.
no.
No, mishaps you only get when you fail a survival roll.
Okay.
Then that's the end of your.
Oh, is that an event? Oh, I did that already.
So
Okay.
that's the end of your first term.
Yep.
And now we need to roll for graduation.
Yes.
Go, Joey, go.
All right, here we go. 7 plus. I got a +1 to it. Come on. All right, I did it. That
Nice.
is
a
9, which is not with honors, unfortunately.
I got a 12, so I
Nice.
graduated with honors.
Yes, you
Nice.
So, graduation benefits, we might as well read these through for it. Increase the skills chosen above. So the skills that we chose when we got in, we increased them by a level each. So my electronics goes to 2.
Ah, the Elgar.
did. Yeah.
And my navigation
even
goes to
1,000
1.
years in the future, they still play it.
Your education increases by an additional +2.
All right, education 12.
Yeah.
We're super smart.
And that increases our dice modifier by up to +2, I believe.
Yes.
Yes. So, awesome. Please, handwriting be better. Graduation grants dice modifier +1 or dice modifier +2 if with honors to qualify for the following careers: agent, army, a corporate citizen, entertainer, journalist, Marines, Navy, scholar, or scouts. It allows a commission roll to be taken before the first term of a military career, so long as it is the first career chosen after university. So if one of us decides to go into the military now, we can take a commission roll right then.
Yeah.
And success will mean the traveler enters the career at officer rank 01. If graduation was with honors, dice modifier +2 is granted on the first commission roll.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Fantastic. Cool. Awesome. So I roll, or do you guys want to do those other things first?
Oh, no,
No,
that's just
because
that's
that'll be for
next.
our next term.
Okay. So I'm gonna roll to see if I graduate from the military academy. I do not.
Oh.
I rolled a 3. All right. I do not get graduation benefits. Cool.
You may still automatically enter the military career the academy is tied to, so long as you did not roll a 2.
I did not roll a 2.
If they choose to enter this career, they may not make a commission roll in the first term.
Okay. I will
So-
join the Marines. I failed out of the academy. But I'm in the Marines. Okay.
Also, for connection purposes, it's interesting to write down your events. Just a little note, like what number it was and such, so that you might be able to draw that in as your... Like, for example, mine was I got staff on a space station, so I might be able to meet some of you guys there if it comes to that.
Nice.
Sweet. Yeah, like we were talking about the political movement
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. So at the end of each one of these, we can figure out a way, maybe, of figuring out a connection.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Since Stork is already a Star Marine, I'm going to go with ground assault. Since I get to pick what I
Crap. I have to pick what career I want to go into.
I know.
You never hear this part
This
of
is
it.
real life.
No, this is the Halls of Montezuma.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is the Marine song.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm too good to be a normal citizen.
So we get all of them at 0. That's what you did, Stork, when you don't... Okay, perfect. Oh, maybe I should do support. Although I'm not very smart, so I don't think electronics is going to be super great for me. Oh, no, wait, I guess I'm not super dumb. I don't know.
You're average, right?
Yeah. Is it more helpful for me to have electronics, medic, drive or fly, mechanic, heavy weapons, gun combat, or vac suit, heavy weapons, recon, melee, tactics, gun combat? For the
see
flavor, either one.
Yeah, there's a lot of useful skills in both.
Both, yeah. What do you guys think? Medic.
I think you should go with whatever you want, because the chances of us making it all the way through the career, we're going to bop around careers anyway.
Probably.
And gathering up different skill sets.
Just
So
trying
Someone needs to go to the
decide.
prison career. That's the best career ever. Best invention
It's
mongoose
like-
ever
It's
made.
going to happen eventually.
Yeah.
Like,
All right, I'll let the chat room pick. Do I do support or ground assault? Support is electronics, medic, driver, fly, mechanic, heavy weapons, and gun combat. Ground assault is vac
only
suit,
meant
heavy
there's a lot of
weapons,
people.
recon, melee, tactics, and gun combat. Keep in mind that I have strength and dex and endurance and very few social skills and negative social. And my intelligence is 5.
That's a -1 DM, right?
Yeah.
we also should keep track of our age, by the way,
Right.
Yeah.
because it does affect.
Yeah.
And then every term is 4
terms
years.
are 4
Yeah.
years, and you
so
started
now
at
we're
18.
22.
Yes.
And there's no anagathics.
Oh,
What does that mean?
Anagathics are the anti-aging drugs that
Yeah.
but they're at a much higher tech level than what we're playing. And aging rolls are terrible.
Yeah.
right. Well,
Just like aging.
for example, at 30, you get a dice modifier of -2 for your career if you're age 30 or more.
Now I'm talking about the aging rolls.
I understand.
When you start losing your physical stats and then your mental stats.
Yes.
And eventually, once all of your stats reach 0, you're dead.
Yeah. You have all the skills, but you can't use any of them.
Because your body has decided to say bye. So, I'm kind of vacillating between agent or scholar. Because I think it would be really cool to be a field researcher.
Yeah.
But I also think it would be fun to go into intelligence.
If you start one career and you fail, you can always go to the other.
True.
Yes.
That is an option. That does
But
happen.
this is where I have the best chance of making it in.
Think positive. You might not fail.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
That's why I'm kind of looking at Noble, because I think we need a social. I don't think anybody else has social.
Shocking.
I know.
Technically,
But also,
my social is
but also
perfectly
look.
average.
But look, if automatic qualification if your social is 10 or higher.
No, yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I actually played a noble once. I rolled well enough to be a noble. It was
Yes.
a long time ago.
Dave played one too. He had we had to tweak the game a bit because he would have been on par with like the Duke.
No, he was an
a
archduke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was amazing.
It was-
He was an archduke.
He would have like been hanging out with the
yeah.
But I kind of have like a lot of base, you know,
Killed my goat.
sciencey medical stuff. So I was thinking like I either go into like I could be a corporate agent spying on rival organizations.
That's fun.
And it could be for a medical organization, like a health company, like a drug company. Or I'm a field researcher, and all of those things make sense there, too.
Yeah. Because I was also looking at Scholar, but I might bump into that if I fail out of
Being a noble.
being a noble, which apparently is a thing that can happen.
You get kicked out of your family, yeah. You're not black sheep.
I don't know. I'm torn.
Not in line to the...
This amazing party boy who got into national carouse for
Right.
went to a party school. It's fine.
Yeah. He went to party boarding school, and then his family excommunicated him because he's an embarrassment.
Wow.
That's how you fail.
That's what my character was.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, she was a total party girl. I was like the Paris Hilton of space.
Yes.
It was so amazing. She was so much fun.
But then you don't get, you fail out. You don't get your, what do you call that?
I had enough money.
Inheritance.
that I
Stipend.
didn't
Your
need it.
inheritance.
I just hired everyone to do things because I had it was so bad.
Well,
Yeah,
in
the
the other game we ran, where Dave's character was an archduke, everyone just worked for him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he owned the ship, and the party was just his crew.
his lackeys. I like that.
But of course, he had to make payroll, and I gave him a little book to keep.
It was pretty tight.
In.
It was pretty tight. He had to do the whole Mao thing where he was like counting his shekels. Like, I don't know if we can make it this month. The gas is expensive.
Right.
I don't know if we can jump that far. Do we really have to go that far? Pooja, this is a
right.
this is a first world problem here for you. Here, you have to decide which
I
career
decided-
you want to do.
Yeah, I decided to go with support, by the way, and I probably will not last super long in that, but I think that's interesting. And since my character has streetwise, I think they'd think that was like a good way to maybe stay more alive than being a
Oh yeah, to be on the
ground
front
assault.
line.
Yeah. So, electronics. I'm sorry. What did we say? Oh, okay. I didn't have it. Mechanic. It's so funny in this game too. Like you're like, oh, I have a 0 in a skill. That's awesome. You're like
Right.
so excited to have 0 just because you don't have any negatives.
Because otherwise it's
Like
no.
a -3.
it's -3 automatically if you don't have a skill at all.
Oh.
So the nice thing is, though, even though you don't have a skill, you can still try to do something.
It's just that it comes at a
Right. Which
Hard,
is cool
heavy
because
disadvantage.
that's the way people are, right?
yeah.
There's also a skill called Jack of all trades.
That is,
Yeah.
if you can get it.
if you can get it, when it's hard to get.
yeah.
And it's only in a couple of careers.
Yeah.
And you needed it 3, I think, in order for it to be
Yeah, I
0
think
and
each
everything.
level it reduces the die roll modifier for unskilled rolls.
Right.
Yeah.
So I can, if I had gun combat before, I can choose another gun combat if I get it again,
If
right?
there's no number specified, you can either increase the one that you've got if you want to increase it up, or if you want to get a different one, you take a different one at 0.
I'll take a different one. Zero. Cool.
Or
Yeah, and Jack of all trades, the chat room is reminding us, is a skill we can.
Oh,
only
if there
get
is
when
no
characters
rank
in.
listed, you gain that skill at 1. So if it doesn't have a number there, this is during your regular career, not during basic training.
Got it.
During your regular career, if you don't have the skill yet, you get it, and it doesn't have a number associated with it, a level, you get it at 1.
Oh.
and if you already have it, it increases its level by +1.
Yeah.
Got it. So,
Oh.
so like electronics and stuff for my marine thing, I get at 1, not from basic training. Got it. So my basic training stuff is at 0. My stuff after that is at 1. Got it. Right? Is that correct?
You think so?
Yes, I
I
think
think
so.
that's what you just said.
So, but for your first career only, you get all the skills listed in the service skills table at level 0 as
Right.
your basic
Yeah.
training. So for basic training, it's at level 0. So
0.
if you already have it at 0, it does not increase to 1
Not doing basic.
Right.
during basic training. And when you get them, you get them at 0.
Right, but for the other set of skills, once I went into support, I get my support skills at 1. Okay, I just want to make sure I'm doing it right. That's
think.
exciting. I mean, that's sort of what you read sounds like that. What page is that on, Stu?
Page number. That would be at the bottom.
In each turn you spend in a career, pick one of these tables and roll 1 d6 to see which skill you increase. So,
Because you'll have like a service table, you have like your specialty table, personal.
so your
development.
basic. So for your first career, you get all the service skills as your basic training, and then at the end of your term, you pick one skill from the appropriate assignment, and then you get a rank of that skill.
So it starts at 0, and then, or it starts at 1, and then I get another rank when I do it again. Read your paragraph that you just said again, Stu. Read the paragraph that you just read again.
Which one?
The one about the one.
You're getting it at 1. If you already have the skill, you get it at 1.
If it doesn't list a specific skill level, consider it a +1.
So here where it says support, it says electronics mechanic, and it doesn't have a number next to it. Those
So
are
if
all
you,
one.
yeah, see,
Okay.
I guess this is still in the first term that you get to pick a skill.
So because so each career has 4 or 5 types of skill tables associated with it. Personal development, service skills, specialist skills, which are divided into by assignment, officer skills, and advanced education. In each term you spend in a career, pick one of these tables, and then roll a d6 to see which skill you increase. So, like, you don't get to pick what you get to pick the table, but you do not get to pick the skill.
Oh, so we don't get all the skills when we enter a career.
No,
For
basic
your
training.
first career, you
career.
get all your service skills
Got it.
at
Zero.
level 0.
At level 0. Okay, so they're not at level 1.
No, they're at level 0.
Okay.
And then after your first career,
But that
you
doesn't
pick any one skill in service skills as at level
Okay.
0.
Okay.
So then,
And that's our career. That's not our pre-career, right?
that's for your career.
Okay. Cool.
Forget your first term.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have zeros and all the stuff from my
From the
basic training,
Sure,
and then
right.
0 from everything from the support chart.
You know what? I'm going to go in as an
you get
agent.
everything from the support chart.
I don't think so. I think you roll.
You
I'm
roll.
going to go.
Okay, so I
I'm going to
roll.
go.
That's why it has the
And you
1D.
you'll get them at 1. not
Okay,
at
because
0.
it says career, but then the other stuff is pre-career. So that's
Well,
why
no.
I was
If it's
6
your
plus.
first term, it's your first career, you get all these skills at 0.
okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
first
The
term
service-
of the career.
Yes.
You
The
get
service skills.
service skills at
Not,
0.
not just first term of the career, for your first career only.
Right.
Oh,
you
okay,
get all
right.
the service skills.
Okay.
So because this is our first career, because our university does not count
Count
as
as
a career,
Got it. Okay, that was my thing.
We
I
get
do
all the service
So I
skills.
get all basic training and all support for start.
no, you just
You
get
don't-
all the
just all
you
the
just
service.
got all your service skills to start.
Okay.
Yeah, so all the stuff that you got after graduating or
But not
going
the-
to the
You
not
academy.
get-
the sup- not
So
the
you
sup-
get athletics, vac suit, tactics, heavy weapons, gun combat, and
So
stealth.
all the stuff I had
at 0.
for my pre-career.
That's all
that was
stuff
part of
you
your
get.
pre-career, yeah.
Oh, okay, yes.
Okay,
Then
since
yes.
it's the military. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. That makes more sense. I was confused.
So
between the
I am
pre-
going to
the
try
pre-career
for
thing.
agent, and the qualification is int 6
I'm
plus.
very excited. I knew something
Do
had to be wrong
it.
because I was actually good.
Wow.
Nailed it.
So I'm going to go in as intelligence and work as a spy or saboteur.
Yes.
I can spell, assuming the word is written out in front of me. I can spell.
Nobody can see what you're writing, Pooja. It's fine.
Just if people are wondering like why I suddenly looked so puzzled.
Okay. Well, because I automatically qualify for it, I'm going to go with noble, and I'm going to go with diplomat. Because, although I'm real tempted for do dilettante, because jack of all trades is in there.
Right?
But I'd have to roll a 6. Like, that's... My luck is not that good.
So I'll get streetwise. Drive. This is actually like a nice, well-rounded. This is actually what we were just talking about. Is what leans me towards going agent because this is my first career. I get these service skills, and I get a bunch that I don't already have. So I get streetwise, drive, investigate, flyer, recon, and gun combat, all at level 0. Those are all skills I did not previously have.
Yes. Nice.
Whereas if I had gone in as a scholar, I wouldn't have gotten that many new skills.
Right. You would have gotten 1 or 2 new ones, and the rest of them stayed 0.
Yep.
I ran into that issue, a couple of mine doubled up.
So there really wasn't that much benefit from going to the academy. I should have just gone into a career.
Actually,
graduated.
you
Yeah.
If
got-
I graduated. That's
if
true.
you
Yeah.
had graduated, you actually would have gotten like a lot of.
Oh, other stuff. Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
And the same thing holds for university. You only really like you get an education plus 1 benefit for going, but you only get the good benefits if you graduate.
Got it. Cool. I'm gonna roll real quick to see which one of the support skills I get.
To be 1 die.
Oh yeah, that makes more sense. I rolled it.
Wait,
Did you
have
do
you
that?
rolled your?
No, because we're still in our first term. So first term was just basic training.
But I
And then
already
we-
did that because I got all that from the military academy. So when I went into my career, I picked one of the
In
assignments.
each term you spend in a career, pick one of these tables and roll a d6.
Oh, okay.
It's like the.
We get the automatically. Okay, I'm with you.
6. Gun combat. I already have that. I don't want it
But you
again.
can either take a different kind of weapon or increase it.
Yeah, I'll
But
just
it
pick
you
a different
increase it. It increases +1.
one. Yeah.
3. I got gunner at 1. Because when you roll on the table, you get it at 1, not 0. Yes.
Yes.
Is that what you said?
That's correct.
All right.
Well, it depends on if it
But
says.
didn't you already get all the skills in your first part of your career?
You went through basic
Walking
training.
in the door, I got
It's the
basic
same
training,
thing.
and then I get 1 skill at
Yes.
the end of
Okay.
that. So
Yeah.
this is at the end of my career. I got 1 skill.
Well, at the end of this term.
Yeah, at the end of this term.
Okay.
Sorry. Yes. And then we make connections.
So I need to. So we are in our second. But we're in our second term.
He's still in his first, right?
That's right. That's what I was trying to. That's what I was
I'm
trying to deal
sorry.
with earlier.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize that we hadn't finished that section.
Okay.
So I have to survive.
Which you did, right?
No, he hasn't rolled that yet.
That was I just survived basic training.
Oh.
No. That was your
Basic
first
training
term.
was
You
my
first
survived
term?
your first term.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then you roll out an event.
Yeah.
He did,
I did.
Did that already. So he's done with his.
So now
he's
you
in
just
the-
need to.
No. Correct me if I'm wrong. The events is your opportunity to make a connection with another player and gain a skill. If I recall correctly, I don't have a book in front of me.
The event is
Here, why don't you use
also
my book?
is where you can make a connection,
Right.
and events have skills attached with them. But for every turn that you spend in a career, you choose a skill to advance,
Yeah.
assuming you survive.
They say.
So he now can choose one table and roll against that table to see what skill advances.
Yeah, they're saying it's basic training or a
Page
skill,
16.
not both. So if you stay in the military another round, then you get another skill.
Okay.
So did you stay in the military another term? So you're in your second. This is going to be your second term.
Yes, because I rolled the survival and I rolled the event. So this would be my second term. I rolled survival. I survived. I got the event, and then I rolled a skill, so I got gunner.
All right. Let me read this.
Yeah.
The connections rule. During Traveler creation, the aim is not only to create interesting histories for travelers through career decisions, events, and mishaps, blah, 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 but also to ensure the travelers know one another before the campaign begins. This avoids every campaign starting with, right, you all meet in a starport. If two players agree, then an event rolled for one traveler can involve the other. Only one traveler needs to have rolled the specific event, though you will find it more exciting if travelers link events together. This is what it's best to create characters at the same time. If an event can be linked between two travelers in this way, you both get one extra skill of your choice. You may gain a maximum of 2 free skills from the connections roll, and each connection must be with a different traveler. For each connection you make, you gain any skill, but it cannot bring a skill above level 3 using this rule. Nor may you take the jack of all trades. There you go.
I have a question about age too.
Mm-hmm.
So when I went to the academy, it was +4. Since I failed out of the academy and I went into a career, is that another +4 years?
No,
It's the same
Well,
cycle.
going into the academy would be your second term. So I feel like we're actually on different stages right now.
We are. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
So
Wait, going
Yeah,
into
you
the
guys-
academy was my second term.
going
a
into the
+4.
academy is your first
First term.
term. So that's +4.
Yeah.
Your term that we're currently working on in the Marines is your second term.
Right, so that's another +4.
But about this connections rule, so Kimmy and I talked about, like, we could have met in the political movement from our event.
Right.
So then,
And there would be some sort of skill that would have to do with that in one way or another.
Yeah. Do we just get to pick it?
Yeah.
we both
Okay.
get one extra skill of our choice.
Just not jack of all trades.
Just
Yeah.
So anything on the character sheet, not necessarily from your
Yeah.
career.
okay.
You could go seafarer if you decided it was,
Well, I mean, like
you were
you-
Greenpeace or something.
Persuade might be good.
Persuade, advocate. Maybe you were assisting a lawyer that worked for the political movement. Who knows?
I don't know if that would be me. I could see both of those. Admin, advocate, persuade.
Or depending on what kind of political movement it was, explosives.
This is true. What would...
The Weather Underground.
Yeah, all those things would round out my character very well. So what would you...
I was going to go with... Sorry, I just
good.
lost it. So
okay.
Go on.
Okay.
What would you like to go with?
I don't know. I can see... Persuade, I can see that coming in handy, although you're going to be a facey character. Shocking.
Also, another thing, languages.
Oh.
There are different languages. I mean, depending, and at some point you probably need to figure out where your character's from, whether you're from off-world or you're from Terra.
Okay.
There are 4 superpowers and there are 4 great powers, and of course all the nations are still existing. The United States of the Americas now has a language called American, which is sort of a consolidation of English, Spanish, with a tiny bit of Portuguese. It's sort of its own language now. And then, of course, in Europe still is multilingual. Of course, Quebec still sees French. but and then there's a Russian Confederation and the Chinese Protectorate. And then there are 4 great powers. I have to look that up.
So.
Plus, or you could be from off-world, and all the superpowers have colony worlds. So just for what language you would have, but that also might be a skill that could happen during some sort of political movement thing.
Okay. Drive, honestly, I can see us. We have to drive from place to place.
I am going to take stealth.
Okay.
Oh my goodness!
Wait,
With my
stealth
giant-
for a political movement thing?
Yeah.
Okay, how does that...
So it kind of goes back to what you were saying about deception.
Okay.
So, like, if we needed to, like, so we joined this political movement, but it involved spying on the rival political party.
Okay. Cool. We will take stealth.
Is kind of where I'm going with that.
We take the
Super
same
fun.
one, right?
You don't have to take the same one. You get to choose.
Oh.
Yeah, you can do that.
Oh, fantastic. I'm sorry. I thought we had to agree on the same one.
I think we have to agree on the circumstances,
Okay.
but not the skill.
So
Like
you can take
sneaking into
explosives.
I'm going to
free
pick
medical guinea
persuade
pigs.
then.
Do it.
So, although that's a social roll, I'm never going to actually pass that. That's fine.
So, so I took stealth, and then that should take care of. So you've rolled through all your stuff for your first term as a Marine.
Right. I survived, did the event, and then rolled on 1 die, and I got Gunner, so I took Turret.
So that's your...
Have you rolled for your
Second one.
Have you
No,
rolled for?
that was my second one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you rolled for an advancement?
I did, and I failed.
But I think that was your first term.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, I'm wondering he should, because you guys are now doing connections from your first term.
Yeah.
From university.
Well, yeah, we kind of skipped that.
Did you get what was your event? You rolled
4.
security station, right?
Yes,
You were-
security staff on space station.
Right.
Increase vac suit or athletics dexterity by
so that's
1 level.
if you want to use that event to create a connection and gain an extra skill, you can do that now. Now you can do that twice. Or if you want to wait and see if you get it.
I'm going to wait
Okay.
because I think that I'm not really anywhere near anybody else yet.
Okay.
I'm on a space station and they're still in school.
You and I could have been, because I'm
Well,
still
see,
in the Marines.
what I'm suggesting is he should fast forward, get through his second term, because you guys are now done rolling your second term, except for your connections, correct?
Oh, no.
Oh, you're not?
No.
Okay, all
No,
right.
we're all on our second term now. We've met up, all of us, in
In the-
time
in
and
timeline.
space.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not in space, but in time.
We've caught up.
Yeah, because we're all
Maybe, because if one of you serves 4 terms and the other one serves 2,
Yeah.
who knows?
But at the same time, like we're at least all working on our second term.
Yeah,
stuff
that's
now.
what we're working on
Okay.
right now.
So we should all be 26.
By the end of the
But
second
end
term.
of the
we're
second
we're
term.
still finishing our second term.
Yes.
We're seeing what happens. And you just finished yours, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You finished your second term?
Yes.
Okay.
But I haven't rolled an event for my second term yet.
Okay.
And I haven't rolled survival yet on my
Yeah.
second term yet.
You
All
can
I
go-
did was roll for the skill, which I got as Gunner.
Do you still, if you fail the survival roll, do you still get an event?
I think so.
Yeah, I think
you
you
get
get
a
a
mishap.
You get a mishap.
mishap.
Okay, all right.
Okay, why don't you do that now since we're looking?
Okay, so I'm going to see if I survive.
Okay. Term 2. No.
I do not survive, so
Mishap
now
table.
I get to roll on the mishap.
Oh, the mishap table's my favorite table.
So much fun.
5.
You'll just roll 1 die, buddy.
Oh, thank you. because
5.
you are tormented by a quarrel with an officer or fellow Marine. Gain that character as a rival as it drives you out of service.
Oh, damn.
Who is that?
I don't know yet. I think it might be up to you to pick that. I can probably help flesh it out in a minute.
Well, I just you give me a name and we can just kind of figure out the circumstances a little bit. I'm just taking notes. No, what country are you from? Whose Marines are you in?
I don't know.
You should figure that out.
It just says Star Marine, so
Well, every superpower has its own.
let's just say Terran.
Well, no. There's 4 superpowers on Terra. There's the United States of the Americas, the Russian Confederation, the Chinese Protectorate.
You really should have a table for that.
I can. There's only 4 of them. I've memorized them, and the European Union. Those are the 4 superpowers that would have Marine forces.
I think I might be Russian just because that's like the accent I have.
Go
I guess I
with
could
you-
be Irish, actually. I can do an Irish accent really well.
I am going to take Mandarin as my language.
Okay.
Ooh,
Nice.
So I'm going to go with the European, I think.
So you're EU.
EU.
I was also thinking
EU Marines. Okay.
I am not going to do a Mandarin accent because I do not want to butcher other people's languages.
Yes.
I'm sorry to everyone.
And so
Sorry to Irish people, I'm sorry.
I don't know what the name of the officer is. You can probably come up with a random name if you
Okay.
want. But I'm EU, so it could be anything
What part
from
of the EU?
Czechoslovakia to. But I'm thinking in this global term. It's been thousands of years.
There's no global government. There's no global government.
know, but-
it's still a balkanized. It's still a balkanized government.
All right.
It's more fun.
Because that's one of the conceits of the thing is each of the superpowers has their own section of space, and they're now starting to fight over things.
Okay.
So there's wars happening in space because having a war on Terra is really, really dangerous at this point because the population is probably like 20 billion.
Everyone would die.
And yeah.
Okay, so I just did basic. We dealt with that. So now I need to roll for survival. Are you? I'm sorry.
I think I'm done. I think I rolled my mishap.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to come up with, I guess, where I'm from. So carry on until I figure out like what part of the EU I was from, whether it's Czechoslovakia, Ireland, or Kyrgyzstan.
Brussels.
that is.
No, Kyrgyzstan is not part of it. That's its own name. That's its own great power.
I'm going to go with Finland.
Okay.
All right.
Why not, right?
Right.
Because, everybody likes the Finns.
They send us food.
Finland. That wasn't the
guess
Finns.
that
That wasn't the Finns.
Yeah, I know,
That
sorry.
wasn't the Finns.
It was Sweden. Sweden, I'm sorry.
Okay, so survival. I need to get I need to roll a 7 or higher.
I think I'm going to be Irish.
Okay.
That's the accent the chat room
Nathan
wants to
Begara.
hear. It's also the one I've practiced more lately.
So you're also in the EU Marines?
Sure.
Okay.
And it gives us more chance for connection, so it's good.
Instead of fighting each other.
I got a 7, so I survived.
Nice.
Average dice strike again. It was a 6 and a 1.
So far, Pooja is making the most effective character here.
Depending on what.
So,
Right.
and then I roll for an event.
Just to shoot something. I mean,
Yeah, right. No gun skills. I
I
have that
have gun
character.
combat now.
oh, good. Okay.
I have no gun skills.
Yet.
Yes, but you're social.
Yes. Don't shoot this face. It's too pretty.
That's trig came up with no gun skills, even on
And
Bill's
my
incredible
first
tables.
10, I am given specialist training in vehicles. Gain 1 of drive 1, flyer 1, pilot 1, or gunner 1.
Gunner's pretty boring. You either get turrets.
I don't want
or-
gunner 1, to be
yeah,
honest. I
don't
have
do
no
it.
desire. So the question is, do I get what's the difference between pilot and flyer?
Spaceships
Flyer,
and airplanes.
flyer is an aircraft. Pilot is a spacecraft.
Oh, okay. And then drive is drive. I'm going to go with. Wait, you said pilot is a spaceship?
Pilot is starship, yeah.
Yes.
And like landing craft and stuff.
Pilot 1 it is.
Lifeboat.
And then at the and then I need to roll for advancement.
Let me just read you flyer. Flyer specialties: airship, grav, ornithopter, rotor, or wing.
So yeah, anything like in
Terrestrial flying.
So get
anything in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
various specialties of the skill cover different types of flying vehicles. Flyers only work in atmosphere. Vehicles that can leave the atmosphere and enter orbit generally use the pilot skill.
Like space.
So then the specialties, I guess you have to pick one, whether it's airship, gravity, Ornithopter. And drive is the same thing. You have hovercraft, mole, which I guess is for going underground. Track, walker. You could do,
it like
you could
a
do an
wheel
at, and wheel. And then pilot, LMNOP. Specialties are small craft, spacecraft, and capital ships.
Oh yeah.
So you either get
I like
star
whatever that
cruisers, yeah, or you get X-wings.
I like pilot
Yeah,
because it goes
capital
along
ships
with
is-
my navigation as well.
Yeah, that's
so like,
Yeah,
you know.
and it's a very important skill to have.
Battleships and other ships over 5,000 tons.
Yeah, stuff in space.
Okay, so I am going to then roll for my advancement,
Yes.
which is I need to roll a 5 or better.
So you're still in second term?
Yes.
Yes, we're-
Well, yes. Second
three of us
term,
are finishing
first
our second
career.
term. Yeah.
Okay.
Nailed it.
And I got a 6, so I do advance, so I don't get kicked out of my career.
Nice.
Well, yeah.
And then, so I move on to the next rank and gain an extra roll on any of the skills and training tables for this career. So I actually get to, you also get any bonuses listed for your new rank. So I'm now rank 1, I'm a rank 1 agent.
And so you get deception.
And so I get Deception 1.
Nice.
I was trying to read. I'm squinting my eyes.
Very far away.
Anything past here gets blurry.
It's also hard too when it's a black background with the white text.
And
far
on the
away.
next, so I'll continue. So if I continue for another term in this career, I'll get. Okay, that's why I would get Deception 1, and I also get to roll twice on my skill tables for advancement, or for
Right.
additional skills and whatnot. By the way, failing your advancement roll, if your advancement roll is equal to or less than the number of terms you've spent in this career, so say, we're in 4th term or something like that, and I rolled a 3, you cannot continue in the career after that term. Either your services are no longer required, or events have caused you to leave, or you're just bored and you want to do something else.
Right.
But if you roll a nat 12, you're forced to continue. They
Oh.
whether or not you want to, they strong arm you into staying. You can't-
Nice.
You're too valuable to
I don't
lose.
think I've ever
love
encountered
that.
that rule before.
Nice.
When would you
Wait,
roll
yeah,
a 12?
I was going to say.
Nice.
Okay, so I am done with my term 2.
All right.
Nice.
You want to go? Or?
I can go.
Okay, go for
All
it.
right, so I did support for the Marines, and I picked one of the skills there. So now I'm rolling my events. Or no, survival and then event.
Yes.
So survival is 9.
Nice.
So that means I get to stay in the Marines, right?
Yes.
Yes. So now I'm rolling on the
Yeah,
event
your
table,
support.
not the mishap.
So it's endurance 5.
Did you roll on the event table?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's where I got my drive skill.
Got it.
Or book.
Pi-
Someone's gonna have to tell me
pilot.
what I get on the event table. I rolled 1 dice for that. 3. What happens on my event table?
Trapped behind enemy lines.
Actually,
No,
your event
Is
2D.
2d10.
is 2d6.
2d6.
Oh, 2d6. All right, I'll roll again.
3.
3. So
Trapped behind enemy lines. You have to survive on your own. Gain 1 of survival, stealth, deception, or streetwise.
Any at
You
rank
get any of
1.
those at rank 1.
if I already have it at rank 0, do I get it at 2?
Then you
No,
get it rank
it
1.
goes up to
It goes
rank
to
1.
1. Okay. I'm sorry. We read this
Survival,
Got that.
stealth,
I do not have
deception, or streetwise.
Deception. I'm going to go for 1 because I have the others in 0, and it's a bigger change.
You were behind enemy lines and you talked your way out of it.
Great.
I'm assuming you were in colonial pacification.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, and
There's not a lot. Yeah. It's kind of a dark setting.
okay, that's fine.
And you're EU, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
How about colonial pacification on Tau Ceti?
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good. It's fun to say.
So you now need to roll for advancement.
Yes. 1 dice? Oh, 2 dice.
2.
Okay.
Advancement
Do I
is,
also-
is EDU 7+.
Okay.
So add your education DM to 2 dice.
Which is nothing. 9.
You made it. You
Awesome.
advanced.
They were super impressed.
So you go up a ranking. I think in some of them you get a skill.
So you're lieutenant, and you get leadership 1. So you're at rank 1, yes?
Yep.
Okay, so lieutenant.
Actually, no. She's enlisted because she's not commissioned.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
a lance corporal
Oh, look at that.
and gains gun combat any 1.
Okay.
Are you taking different gun combat skills, or are you
Yeah.
just taking one big one?
No, I'm taking different ones.
Because your skill level is what you add that to your die roll to hit.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Well, I might decide at the end to like combine them. I'll think about it. See what else I get.
Because you've gotten it a few times now, right?
I have all the gun combat now. If I take 0, 0, and 1, I have all the gun combat.
You literally
awesome.
pick up any weapon.
That's sort of the. I mean, I feel like that's better than like having like a super high skill. I mean, it depends on what happens.
That's like that guy that can pick up.
But I
any-
am the
any
jack of all
instrument and
guns.
play it.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm okay with being jack of all guns.
Well, guns.
This is what I am.
Yes.
No, I didn't get a.
Jane of all
I didn't get an event for no. Yours. Your
He's about
first term
to
was
do his.
drinker.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Carouser.
Yeah.
For college. All right.
It makes sense.
Right?
Sounds legit.
It's totally fine. Okay, so now I am rolling to survive as a noble, which I need an int 5 for diplomat. Get a +1 to this. Okay, we're good there.
Oh, and who are you working for? What country are you?
I was thinking of being English, but I might be colony,
a colonial. Okay.
colonial
All right, but in EU space or
in EU space.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe we were one of the first families to come over.
okay. All right.
'Cause the social 10, it's gotta
Right.
come from somewhere. So I think we were one of the first ones to come over on the Mayflower.
Do you want to be from an area that is reasonably peaceful, or one that is sort of in a precarious position?
Oh, let's go with the precarious position. I'm a
Okay.
diplomat. Like, let's.
I don't know how to
Let's
pronounce.
look at
I don't know how to pronounce this word.
Mhm.
It's the name of a star.
Okay.
Procyon. Procyon.
Procyon.
Cyon.
Procyon. I dig that.
Oh, while we're thinking about it, I'd kind of like to be off-world,
Okay.
but major metropolis.
Nice.
In the EU, that could be like Tau Ceti or Epsilon Eridani.
Excellent.
Epsilon Eridani.
Epsilon Eridani sounds like a pretty
Epsilon.
name.
So, are there any connections we can make between the career events at the end of our second term?
Oh, I haven't made my event
I'm
yet.
sorry.
How do you spell Eridani?
Eridani.
7. Life event. Roll on the life events table.
Oh, those are the best.
They are.
This
I
is
think
where you
there's-
can gain
I
psionics.
think there's just one life events table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where
It
is
is.
Precious?
It's keep going. You'll find it.
Aging table.
Oh, yeah,
You may have passed it.
Yeah.
It's like immediately after the last career, I think.
Life
it-
events table.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. 2D. 8. Betrayal. You are betrayed in some fashion by a friend. If you have any contacts or allies, convert one into a rival or enemy. Otherwise, gain a rival or an enemy.
Nice.
So you can get a rival or an enemy.
Ooh.
That's exciting.
All right. I'm going to have a connection now with Joey, I think.
Okay.
Because I'm being tormented by a quarrel with an officer or fellow Marine. I'm going to say this officer was a cousin of yours.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And maybe that way you can catch him being a douchebag.
Well, I was betrayed.
Yeah, he.
All right. How can we make that work? We both are being tormented by.
Does it say you were betrayed, or does it say
It
betrayed?
says betrayal. You were betrayed in
Okay,
some
all
fashion
right.
by a friend.
And I'm tormented by or quarrel with an officer or fellow Marine that's so bad that it drives me out of the service. So I could have been code redded even.
I don't know what that means.
That was. Didn't you ever watch A Few Good Men with the two officers on trial, and basically they were given an order, but it wasn't on the books to beat the guy up because he was a bad Marine.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, code red.
It's like the soap guy in Full Metal Jacket.
Yes.
Maybe we can't come up with a connection.
Yeah, that
because
might
we're
be
in two
a-
different worlds.
Yeah. Who's okay? So I've got a.
I can maybe come up with a connection.
Okay.
So I got trapped behind enemy lines. Maybe it was because somebody didn't, like some officer made a bad call, and you got pissed at them for it. Like, and you, like, got in a fight with them about it because I was trapped behind enemy lines, and then I had to get my way out of it.
You can't leave her there.
Yeah,
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, something like that. And that also
You
gives
made
us,
the bad calls.
Yeah.
Let's
also,
do that.
Yeah, it gives
Let's
us a
do
chance
that.
to, like, maybe we're friends. That's why you got pissed.
Absolutely. Let's do that.
Okay.
Okay, go with me on this. This might work. So we
Between you and
we went to
Pooja.
university. You were trying to do some weird sabotagey stuff to this other political guy at this political rally. I'm also into politics. I mean, I was trying to like play it clean, like, oh, don't do that. That he's not that bad, and he's the one to end up betraying me.
Ooh.
So there's that whole like, you were right, I was wrong.
And it came back to bite you
Yeah,
later.
right.
Cool.
I like
That
that.
sounds good.
That's really good, Kimmy. I like that.
It's good.
It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And maybe that'll keep us from fighting each other throughout the whole...
Probably. We always do that.
It's sibling
We don't
rivalry.
always, but
It's like
a
we're
lot
like
of
brother
times.
and sister. We're all
And
nee,
together.
nee, 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 nee.
Exactly.
I have a couple questions now.
Okay.
This military commander who botched that you yelled at and drummed you out of the service. I need to know that person's name now. And
Yeah,
I
they're
have two
very
people
important.
thinking of it. So this would be someone in the EU Marines or Navy.
Here,
I don't know ranks.
I have my old traveler character sitting right here. Dax Sullivan.
There you go.
That bastard.
And Dax Sullivan is probably like a lieutenant or a
It
captain.
would have to be Dax
or-
Sullivan, like the third. Like it wouldn't have to be like his great grandkid or something. Because aren't we playing the same universe as Ashes of Exodus or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It could be like his.
But no, it's like 15 years later.
Oh, it is.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Well, it can be hidden then. Never mind. I
So
thought it was
this is a captain.
Ooh.
Sure.
Sure.
He was a scout, but he failed out, and then he was a citizen colonist. But it's just the name you wanted.
Yeah. I do that.
And that's a rival for you.
Yes. Tormented character as a rival
All right.
as he drives you out of the service.
Okay. And this political rival that you guys were spying on, and
Oh yeah.
This and is a friend, former friend,
Right.
who is now a rival
No, a rival of mine.
of
this person
Joey's.
was like running for the European Parliament or something like that, or
Well, I mean, I knew him. I guess we all kind of knew him then in university, so we were compatriots there. And then when we got to actual politics, he screwed me over at some point.
okay.
So I mean, we're
Do you want
still
a list
early
of,
on.
Do you want a list of EU names?
I would love a list of EU names.
Well, I just generated an enormous number of names. I think. Unless, where is it? Where are my names? Come on. Oh, they're under the tab that says names.
Names.
All right. EU names. So this is you're the political rival person. Male or female?
Ooh.
female.
Okay, female.
Okay. Let's see. Carlotta Della, Giovanna Pisano, Christina Pinter, Teresa Dvorak. This is a random name generator. If you find one you like.
Constance Fleming is something someone from the chat room shouted out.
Oh, I kind of like that.
What was the name again?
Constance
Constance
Fleming.
Fleming.
Okay.
And then we each get a free skill from this connection.
Yep.
Yes.
This will be my last one that I can get from making connections because you only get 2.
Okay.
Right.
And I am going to choose another language skill at 0. And what did you say the major? You have your Asian block, your Chinese block, the EU block.
The Americas.
The Americas.
Those are the four superpowers. Let me tell you the great powers. The Southern African Union, the Arabian Federation, which is made up of Iraq, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, the Union of Central Asian Islamic States, which is made up of Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Kyrgyzstan, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, and then India is the fourth. And I also have Japan, but I haven't done anything about Japan yet. They just invented Jump 2 drives.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Those are like these are powers that have space travel and are engaged in space travel, but they don't have any holdings yet.
Okay.
That's sort of the delineation between a superpower and a great power right now.
Whether they have colonies.
Whether they have colonies.
Okay, so our Middle Eastern kind of, and then the South African Union have space travel but not colonies.
Correct.
Do you know that if this connection skill that we get is it at 0 or 1?
If it is one that you already have, then
Right.
you up it a rank, not beyond 3. And if it is a new one, you get it at 0.
Okay.
I believe.
Yeah,
believe that's
what
right.
it was.
This is
Yeah.
a really good memory.
She
I
does.
just read
literally
that.
just read these.
I love it.
Okay. Because I read that paragraph 5 minutes ago.
And I don't remember.
And you probably said it 3 times, and I didn't remember.
No, I just because I was reading it again because it's like, you both get 1 extra skill of your choice. You may gain a maximum of 2 free skills from the connections roll, and each connection must be with a terrific traveler.
Right.
So this will be my second one. I'm taking language. I'm just trying to figure out what language would probably make the most sense for me to take because I've taken Mandarin. I speak generic EU language, I guess.
Yeah.
I haven't really
Common?
figured out what the EU language would probably be. It probably would be a sort of a conglomeration. Sort of like the
Esperanto?
American. Wouldn't be Esperanto. No one speaks Esperanto.
Because the colony that I'm from is an EU colony, correct?
Right.
So Epsilon Eridani, I would speak that language natively, and then I studied Mandarin as another superpower language, and then I would study another language.
Oh, yeah, I never got a homeworld.
You said Terra.
Yeah, he's a terror.
Oh, all right.
Didn't you choose Finland?
I did,
Yeah.
but I thought it was okay.
Finland.
Finland.
So
We could just call it European for now, because I don't know. I haven't really thought about what would happen, because the EU the EU Parliament right now what do they conduct
French.
business in French?
I think it's probably French, because French was the international
language
language
of
for
the
a
EU.
long time.
Right. Let me just check,
Yeah.
and then we'll make that whatever that is. That will be the.
So I guess I'm going to who out of the what is the largest power out of the non-colonized thing powers?
So the great powers.
Actually, does anyone here speak English?
I mean,
Probably.
EU.
Yeah, probably.
EU.
You.
EU.
Oh, yeah.
So none of us have taken English yet, so I'll take English.
Or American,
American.
American.
because it's a combination.
Yeah, that's
Oh, that's right. It's- yeah.
I think I'll take a language too, as actually for our connection, because I'd probably have to figure out a language to get off this planet.
It's a good thought.
Alright.
It's a good
Almost
thought.
like we're all kind of from EU places. None of us has taken.
We're a bunch of Euro trash.
Right. It's fine. We communicate with each other. That's the important thing.
Great.
And I think I'm going to take deception because I think that taught me to not play nice
Yeah.
politically.
Nice.
Like it.
I took investigate because
Sorry, I almost took that one too.
I'm like, look, there's a person still here. How come you didn't?
Yeah, I like that.
That's awesome.
Oh, and then I still need to do my advancement for diplomat, which needs to be
Oh,
7+.
EU Commission uses English, French, and German as its working languages.
Oh.
European Parliament documents are translated into other languages according to the needs of the members of Parliament. The EU citizens can contact the EU institution. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so they're actually using 3
I'm
right
just
now.
going to take
course they are.
explosives
Yes.
instead of the language.
Can we just assume it's French? I like
Yes.
that idea.
Yeah, I
Sure.
like that.
I like the idea that whatever that governing body is that controls the French language is so powerful that it then became like the language of the EU.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it
I'm
have
cool
to
with
be
that.
French?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
It does now.
Yeah. Except for you do French Canadian.
I'm Finnish. It's either German or English, but I don't know.
All right, and I did make my advancement roll, so I am now a third secretary, which means I get admin 1.
Nice.
Nice.
All right, so Kimi and I have a connection. You already have your 2 connections.
I have my 2
Well,
connections.
I could make more connections, but I
You
will
can't
not
get-
You won't
get
get a
skills.
skill. Right.
Right.
Yeah, we should definitely
So
continue to.
I still need one more connection with one of y'all, at least.
So
Okay.
you'll get that on your next time you roll.
Okay. I'm just.
So you now, as you're going on to your third terms,
We're all going
Yep.
to 3rd turn
Yes,
now.
we
Third
are.
term.
We're all caught up now.
Woohoo!
Hey, we did it.
So that our age would now be
So we're entering our
30, right?
So yeah, at the end of first term you're 22, and then 26, and then at the end of this we'll be 30.
30. Yeah. So 26 to 30. Okay.
All right, here we go.
So what career are you going into?
I'm
now?
going to try to go into Scout.
Nice, sweet.
Right.
ooh, the explorers.
Qualifications is an intelligence 5+, but I get a -1 for every previous career. So I had 1 previous career, so I need a 6+, and my intelligence gives me a dice modifier of 0. So I need a 6 or more on 2 dice, which I got.
Hey.
So I am now a Scout. So do I get all those starting service skills as Scout?
No, you pick one.
You pick one.
Pick one or roll for one?
Let's find out. You pick any one skill listed in service skills at level 0.
Okie doke.
How do you figure out? How do you get to know?
I'm going with survival.
Stork, how did you figure out you got to be a scout?
I picked Scout.
Oh, okay.
And
It's
you
a
roll-
career.
Because I got mustered out after my
Oh,
event.
got
So
it. Okay.
I decided to go into Scouts and made it.
And you can, so long as you didn't roll a 12 on your advancement, you can choose to go into a new career at the beginning of a term.
Okay.
I think, according to the book.
Yeah.
So do you want me to roll for my event and
Let's see what everyone
And-
else is
okay.
doing for the
Okay.
group first.
all right. So got my 1 skill for Scout and moving on.
Sweet.
Keep on keeping on.
I'm saying a diplomat. So I think at that point now I get to pick one of these tables to roll on, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to do advanced education because my education is above 8. It's way above 8. Let's see if I get something good here. 5. Diplomat. Yay.
That's awesome.
I will take it. Okay.
Also, keep track of how many years you're in this because you get a mustering out at some point. You as well, and that affects because you start rolling on all
Yeah,
these
because
tables
you get
and
your
getting
benefits.
stuff.
Yeah.
So if you didn't get kicked out like I did, I think you get a mustering out.
Sweet.
So for every career you get, you have to keep track of how many years you're in it.
Okay, so.
And that's when you can get personal development and your actual skills go up or your actual stats
Let's
go up.
try this. So we've got, like, term 1, uni, 2, agent, intelligence.
Nice. I'm going to go ahead and continue in the Marines. So I'm going to roll to see if I stay in the Marines. Let's see. 5 plus my endurance modifier. 0, so 5. And I didn't look at the book last time, so because you had it, so I'm not sure where I'm looking.
Under you.
Oh,
Survival, right?
Your support,
But
you need a 5+, so you got it.
I got it! Yay!
Just
barely
these
excellent.
numbers should be right here.
Oh, I see.
page
Perfect.
30, it's right there on the right.
So I survive.
Just.
No advancement though.
Well, your advancement is a separate roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Um,
It has an amazing memory. I do not. Perfect. So I get to roll whether.
and then, so right now we're just rolling. You just want us to state what we're doing for our term and then roll for survival.
Sure.
Okay, great.
So, Marines.
So,
That's what, I don't want anyone to get too far ahead of me.
Yeah. Right.
okay, cool.
And
So I'm going to pick my table and roll. So I'm going to pick my skill table and roll. Did you do that, Kimmy?
Yeah, you pick
Yeah,
this.
I stayed on the Marines.
Yes,
And I rolled
but,
that.
so you pick a skill table
yes.
and roll on it.
Yeah, I haven't done that yet. No.
Okay, so
You
go
do
ahead
that
and do
before
that.
survival.
Yeah, I was about.
Yeah.
Oh, oops.
Did you roll survival yet, Stork?
No, I just got into a new career.
Okay.
I did it backwards.
But you still have to roll for survival in it.
You picked your one.
I picked my one skill. I got in career, picked my one skill. Haven't checked for survival yet. You said we were going to move on.
I rolled and got electronics,
Great.
and I survived. And I'm ahead. Sorry.
So I'm going to.
But I think that you get a 1. I think now it's 1.
I think so too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, if it doesn't specify 0, you get it at 1.
Unless you're just now joining a career, which I think you get it.
Your first
You're
career.
right, because it's an infantry combat before.
So, like, my new skill I got
yeah,
at 0.
I just wrote it down. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with I'm actually gonna go with personal development. Why not? That sounds like an interesting set of things. And I picked up athletics.
Athletics.
That's a
I
handy skill.
have literally run out of room on this page to write in skills. I did not expect this to happen. And then I will roll for my survival.
Which I still haven't done yet.
And
Fitting roll
I
at
need to
is
get
survival.
a 7+. And I got a 9, so I survived. So do
I'll
you wanna
roll
go
fine
ahead and roll
survival here,
first?
just so I can catch up with everybody, because it looks like Kimmy and she rolled survival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Hand me Kimmy's book.
in order for me to survive, I needed to pick one too. I guess I'm going to pick Explorer.
Oh yeah, you have to pick your thing.
Right. And Explorer is an endurance of 7+. Do I want to do that, or do I want to go with Courier, which is only a 5+? Yeah,
Oh
let's
wait,
go
so
with.
I get turn. Oh, that's interesting.
What's that?
Since I advanced, I get to an extra roll on any of the skills and training tables for this career.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, I forgot about that too.
So after you're done with your survival roll, we'll fix that.
All right. I'm going to go with Survival and Explorer, which needs a 7+. Which I didn't make, so I didn't survive. So I'm out of scouts.
Mishap.
Well, no, you
Oh, it's a
haven't.
mishap.
Roll in your mishap. You may
You
not
are-
have. You may not muster out, but
If you, I'm pretty sure you're always kicked out if you fail your survival roll, but you also roll a mishap.
if roll for mishap and leave career unless otherwise stated.
Oh, okay.
But
You might say.
you might stay.
Psychologically damaged by your time in the scouts. Reduce your intelligence or your social by 1.
Oh,
Ow.
Let's see here. If I do my intellect, it doesn't affect me. I think because I'm at 8, so that still.
Yeah, you're still
dice
going to be at
modifier would
77
the same.
TM0. Yeah.
Yeah.
Much good.
I'm so sorry.
Well, or it's social, which is a dump stat for me because it's already a 4.
3 isn't going to be that much
Oh no,
worse.
my social's at 7.
yeah.
Psychological
Okay.
damage.
Yep.
Scout service. That's it. You're out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Surveying planets.
Yeah. Like a PTS.
You know, I'm gonna try for my second roll. I'm gonna choose from advanced education.
Okay.
And I got a rank of language. I'm gonna
nice.
bring up my Mandarin to 1.
Sweet. All right, for my second table, I'm going to go with personal development, which is 5. I get gun combat. I'm not useless.
So, Kimmy, you stayed in the Marines and ranked up, right? So you get an extra roll on the skills and training tables.
Okay. I don't know if I ranked up.
Oh, did
I
you?
rolled a 5.
Okay, so you didn't advance.
Yeah, I did not advance.
Okay, never
so
mind.
I stayed in the Marines. I didn't get kicked out, but I stayed where I was.
Oh, okay. So now we have all rolled for survival. We've all picked our skills that we wanted.
Oh
to
no,
pick.
I have not rolled for survival yet.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. But, yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. So then we have to do our events.
Event.
Yes.
You want to go first?
I'll go first. Sure.
Yeah, I already did mine.
9. Your reign is acclaimed by all as being fair and wise, or in the case of a dilettante, you sponge off your family's wealth a while longer. Gain either a jealous relative or an unhappy subject as an enemy. Gain DM +2 to your next advancement check.
Nice.
Excellent.
Let's go with a jealous relative.
So you're proclaimed what?
He's a diplomat.
Right.
Right.
So,
So
An
you have
ambassador, maybe.
you have a rival or an enemy.
gain a
Your mic
jealous
is
relative.
right there. Yeah.
Gain a jealous relative as an enemy.
Okay. Okay.
That was a very positive sound. Ooh.
Well, this is exciting.
It is. It is.
Like,
Well,
I mean,
the-
admittedly, like, whereas, like, it makes me kind of happy that I didn't get kicked out of my career.
Right.
But, like, at the same time, it's like my events have been a little lackluster because, you know, because
Right.
I'm so average.
Right, and here I got a mishap that psychologically damages me, which gives me all of this stuff to play with as a role player. But it's nothing I would have picked.
Yeah.
Because who wants to
Who wants to be psychologically damaged?
Right.
Me?
Too late.
Yeah.
Too real.
So yeah, I just failed out of scouts while you were out.
Oh.
Yeah.
So did it?
It's
Has
not so
it?
much that you failed out as that you were, like, you went through some tough ass shit.
Some shit.
And it was time to move on.
I still need to roll in the event table for this.
Okay.
This.
So do I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
You're still a Marine.
I'm still a Marine.
Okay.
4.
You are assigned to a security staff of a space station. Increase vac suit or athletics dexterity by 1.
Oh, nice.
That's the one I got before.
So I need to roll for an event.
Some security for a spaceship.
Space station.
Space station. Okay, maybe.
Yeah. The one I'm
You?
on.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, do y'all want to finish your? So
We don't get points for it, but
you don't, but he
I would.
he
You
would
would. I
because
would.
he only has had
Yeah.
one connection.
Great.
So maybe I've kind of brought you on as added security because of this rival, this enemy.
nice. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay, so I will increase.
Because I could like help you with like self defense or something.
That's what I'm thinking. Like I was thinking, I just got gun combat. Maybe I can.
There's like melee, like hand to hand.
You know, well, my strength is
Cutlass.
shit. My strength is 5.
Okay.
Strength is not great.
Well, you got blades too.
Yeah, but that doesn't
The
necessarily like
blade.
if you're asked to do melee, you will be at a 0 rather than a negative 3.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I will take that because I like melee combat.
It's not whether
And your
you
family like
Yeah.
forced you to take some self defense
Fencing.
classes.
Yeah.
Totally
Like-
see you fencing.
Oh, totally.
And who is this enemy rival relative?
I think it's an older brother who I think also got into the political game, and I'm climbing faster than he is.
Okay.
nice.
What's his name?
I don't know. I don't know my name yet.
That's a good point.
Well, this may help you inform what your name is.
How
least
dare
part
you?
of it.
How dare you? Yes, and me into a corner.
That's exactly what just happened.
Let's go with. Let's have someone roll. I'll have one after someone rolls because I don't
Okay.
know.
All right.
Okay, well, I need to roll for my event. So that's a 5. And I establish a network of contacts, gain D3 contacts.
Oh boy. Okay.
Nice.
That's awesome.
That's fantastic.
So I am going to do one of these
spine
guys. Holy!
Wow.
So many
So-
contacts.
No, a D3.
It's a D3. Is that
Okay,
not?
D3. 1 and 2 equals 1. 3 and 4 equals 2, and 5 and 6 equals 3.
Oh, okay.
There's no 3-sided die, but they're telling you to roll a 3-sided die.
Oh, okay. Because I thought. Oh no, I'm misreading this because
If it's-
this is backwards than the other one.
Yes.
If it's
Oh,
3D,
okay.
if it's 3D, it would be roll 3 dice. If it's D3, it's roll.
Well, I was
a
really
D3.
excited for a second there, but I have a
You just roll a
a little
D6,
period die.
That's
I can just
4.
subtract
It's a
1, right?
but then you can get a 0.
Yeah.
Just roll a D6
Fine.
and and divide it by 2 and round up. 3. 3. Yeah, 3 contacts.
Nice.
Now, if you want, you can just save these for. You can do it one of two ways. You can either come up with them. I'll let you know the first adventure you guys are going to be operating on is going to be in U.S. space. So you may, if you want to select contacts that you might have there first, or if you just want to hold on to them and say, I would like to use one of my contacts at this point.
I feel
And then
like
that'll save.
I'm going to keep my contacts nebulous until
Okay.
until necessary.
Okay.
Brother's name's Alphonse.
Alphonse. Okay. What's the last name?
Also because
Oh.
also because I don't want to have to figure out names yet.
Yeah.
Names are the hardest part.
Yeah.
They
How do you
are.
spell Alphonse?
Alphonse.
Alphonse. Yeah, but no last name, no family
No
name.
last
Not even
name
going to
yet.
commit to that.
I don't know who this guy is yet. Last
I
name
think
is
he said
very
he's your
important. No, who I am.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, so
He will have a last name, just not yet.
Just not yet.
It's not a
We're
no.
not-
It's a
we're
not yet.
Yeah, we're not quite share of prince status.
has everyone rolled for their event?
Yes. So you should now do advancement, right?
Yes. Now we need to roll for advancement,
Okay.
unless you're still a Marine, right? You survived. Do you want to roll for a commission? Wait, what's your social?
3.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to roll for advancement,
And I get a bonus 2 to this roll because of my
except
event.
for you because you're out. But you need to figure out your benefits from leaving, don't you?
Not yet at the end.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry if I'm too bossy. I
No,
just
no,
feel
no,
like
that's fine.
No, you're fantastic.
That's 6 plus 2 is 8. Plus 3, sorry, which is 9. I'm good.
So this is for advancement?
Advancement.
Okay.
So I advance to second secretary.
Now you can still make an advancement roll. You just can't make a commission roll.
Right. Yeah, so I will make an advancement roll. The other
Oh, I'm
page.
sorry.
Okay. I'll let you look at it. So I rolled 5, 6, 7. And then I add endurance,
Your endurance, yeah.
which is 0. So 7.
And you are support?
Uh-huh.
You made it.
Yay!
So you are enlisted, and you were a lance corporal before. Is that
Yep.
correct?
Yep.
Okay. So you go on to corporal, but you don't get a skill.
Aw.
So you're at rank E2.
2. All right.
so. I need to roll better than a 5. Well, I mean a 5 or better. I suppose would be the more appropriate term since it was a 5 plus.
Right.
So I did advance, and that makes me a field agent. Rank 2, field agent, and that gives me investigate 1. Fancy. How many terms are we going to go through?
Well, I
before
was just
we-
going to say, at the end of this term, this is your last free term when it comes to aging. At the end of your the fourth term, you have to start making aging rolls. That's when you can potentially start losing stats.
Okay, so we have a 4th term to play with now. That
You-
before we
you can
start
do
the campaign, or
9
are we starting
turns.
the campaign?
You can do 9 terms if you want.
That seems like a lot.
If you're gonna, it depends how many terms you want to go. I mean, I'm not setting a limit because there's already kind of a limit built in with the aging rules.
And we
But
can each make our own decision. We don't all.
yeah, you don't have to. Yeah,
Oh, okay. We don't. Well, we don't we since we went to university together.
Right.
Okay.
But I mean, like, we can also, like, oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, we'd have to kind of make that decision.
Maybe it's a fluid thing. We've done this before. It's like you could have been, maybe you were visiting
Well, we
lecturer,
met at
guest lecturer, or
university,
whatever,
But maybe, like, maybe you were coming in as I was going out, or
or maybe you were a guest lecturer, or maybe you were,
Grad student.
grad student.
Yeah.
Okay.
that all makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm torn. I kind of want one more go, but I also don't want that aging table.
I know, right? But we don't have an aging table for this.
It'll
But
be
would we
after-
have to start it? We
at
would
the
at the
end.
beginning of our.
I believe it's at the end.
Yeah. If
At
30
the
plus,
end of your 4th career, at 34 years of age, at the end of your 4th career, you roll 2d minus the number of total terms that you've gone, and you look at this horrible table that says reduce 3 physical characteristics by 2, reduce 1 mental characteristic by 1, or reduce 2 physical characteristics by 2. And
What page is that?
It's on page
47.
47.
I'm feeling very attacked by
I
that.
mean, I'm like at
You're
34.
feeling attacked. You should wait until you get in your 50s.
Right, but I mean, like,
When you actually start feeling this.
34 is when you start rolling on the aging table.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, and
I'm
this
sorry.
isn't like.
As
This
someone
is
turning
like-
34 this year, I take offense.
Yeah, yeah.
But I
As
mean-
someone who's,
Exactly. 30
I'm just gonna say, f this noise. Like, this is really like rude.
Like, I mean, but if you look at the mechanics of it, you're rolling 2 dice. You're not going to roll. I mean, you're rarely going to roll to have any physical characteristic because your average roll is 7, and you've been in 4 terms. So you're not even going to have a negative result most of the time. But some people do.
Like,
I mean, my back first went out when I was in my late 30s. First time I picked up something too heavy or was moving, and it's like, oh, I got to lay flat on my back for the next 2
yes,
days.
but like if you roll low, you could basically have gotten Alzheimer's early.
Sure.
Like,
Oh yeah.
there's like reduce 3 physical characteristics by 2, reduce 1 mental characteristic by 1.
That's a stork
Okay,
level
so that's
roll,
not
though.
that's not like
Yeah, it's horrible. That's what I'm saying. You're all young and pretty right now. But that may change after the next turn.
but like after 30,
Right.
like
it's just like
watch out,
Logan's,
guys, life is over.
It's like Logan's Run.
Yeah.
Renew,
Wow.
renew.
It totally is. You hit 30, your little light goes off.
That's right.
That's so rough.
Get foe. You've exceeded your usefulness to the society.
So you know what? I'm gonna roll that dice.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And
We
go
do at
in
the
for a
end of the-
4th term.
Yeah, I am. I'm going to do a career change, though.
Ooh.
So
Oh, there you go.
I just get to pick one.
Oh, you have to get in. You can't pick psionics. Also, remember, there's
yeah.
the 2 alternate ones that aren't in that book.
Right.
If you want to find religion,
If I want to start a cult.
or not necessarily start a cult. It could be start a cult, but you can also be like,
Conspiracy theorist.
or, right, or just a wanderer who gets on adventures. And
That's a drifter, though.
no, not necessarily. It has a religious bent.
Yeah.
There's a religious bent one too.
So if you guys are going to go one more year, I'll go another year.
I am.
I mean, you don't have to. I'm just,
I mean, because I've already failed out of 2 careers. Why not make it 3?
Try a third.
And
I'll go
we're
one
already,
more.
we're
I'll go
all
one
going to get
more.
a mishap anyway, right?
Yes.
Once we
Yeah.
At
once
the
we
end
fail
of
out of the
this.
last one, right?
So if something's qualification is lower than my, never mind. I answered my own question. I know it. Never mind. I'm fine.
All right, so you guys are all going one more. We're gonna chance the aging table. All right, I'll do the same. But I still have to get a new career.
Yes.
So while you guys are looking stuff up, I'm going to try for. We're all done, right? Everybody got your connections and your
Yep.
advancements and your. Okay, so I'm going to try for citizen. And in order to qualify, I need education 5+. So my education is 4, so I get a -1. So I need a 6 or more to
Yes.
become a citizen.
Well, that's to get a regular job,
If I don't become a citizen, then I automatically become a drifter.
or
you
you can
get
go the
drafted.
draft too. Is there an age limit to draft?
It might
It
be.
feels there has to be.
I'll do drifter. It'll just make it easier. And I made it.
Yay!
I am now a citizen. And I'm going to go with colonist because I think it makes the most sense. I just want to be left alone. I'm just going to go live on this planet,
Write your manifestos.
write my manifestos. So, and I pick one skill from service skills here. I'll do flyer.
That's an airplane.
Yes, it is. Or a hovercraft, or a...
Now, are you rolling for your regular skill? Because you get to pick one of the service skills,
Right.
and then you'll make a regular roll for a skill. But I think that's after your. Is it after your survival?
I believe it is.
Okay.
No.
You get it anyway.
I think I get a free one, and then I think because it's new, and then I think I get to roll.
Yeah.
And then I'd see if I survive to get to the next one.
Right.
All right, so
Did
I'm
you-
rolling now on the colonist table. Ooh, there is a jack of all trades option there. But not with a 1. I get animals.
You like animals.
Get a goat.
I get a goat.
Get a goat.
Yay!
I promise not to kill it.
Okay,
That's Dave's job.
so
Dave's not here, man.
I'm going to see if
Probably
I
the turn.
survive.
Kill it now!
I'm going to see if I survive. As a colonist, it's intelligence 7+, but I get a -1 dice modifier, right? No, that's for qualifications. So, but I'm now 34.
Well, at the end of this
Okay.
term, you will be 34, and you will
Yes.
give me an aging roll.
All right, so I just need a 7+ intelligence, right? Failed being a citizen, so it's a 5. So it's another mishap for me.
Ready.
3. Hard times caused by a lack of interstellar trade cost you your job. Lose 1 soch. So my soch goes down to 6. And I can't even be a citizen. I'm that stupid.
Does that automatically make you a drifter then?
No, well, now I'm done. And if we go one more, then I would be
Then you'd be a
drifter, or I could try for drifter or something else.
So if you go for a career and you fail, you become a drifter.
Or you can...
You can automatically become a drifter at any time.
Yeah, or you can become... join the draft
So,
and see who
Okay,
takes
that
you.
was all this.
so that was my mishap. You want me to roll the aging roll now, and then we can move on? Yes.
But yeah, and then you're done, and then...
So what
let
the
everyone
aging roll
else
is,
catch up.
is what? It's 2...
Here's that book again.
It is
2d6.
What was it?
It's 2d6 minus your total number of careers.
So,
Total number of careers or terms?
Terms. I'm sorry, terms.
I was like, careers, all right.
Yeah, I know, right?
So roll 2... this is your 4th term.
okay.
So you're going to roll 2 dice and subtract 4.
7 minus 4 is 3.
No effect!
No effect.
Yay!
Well, I want something to work.
You're working
Okay.
out.
So I'm gonna stay as an agent. I'm gonna choose my skill table. Personal development. Sure, why not? And I'm gonna get a rank of another rank of athletics.
You're going to get to roll on 2 tables, right? Because you advanced?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's two. So do you get? It says you get an extra roll on any of the skill tables. But what it doesn't say is, does that just keep compounding as you advance?
Yeah, you get up to 3.
No, only for that term. If you advance, you get an extra roll on a table
So you
as a
advanced
bonus.
last term, so you get 2 this term.
Okay. So
Well, what we always did it was when you roll your advancement, if you made it, you just immediately make a skill roll right then. That's the way I've always done it.
Oh.
Well, I didn't do that,
Yeah.
so I'm just going to use it this
Okay.
time. And I am going to go for personal development again because really, like, I just for whatever reason. I'm a liar. I'm going to go for the actual intelligence one.
Okay.
Ha. And I got a rank of investigate,
Nice.
which puts that at 2.
Nice.
Fancy. And then I am going to roll for my survival, which needs an int 7+. And I didn't make it. I didn't survive. So, bum, bum, bum.
Mishap.
The mishap table.
Mishap.
This is where the story comes in.
You learn something you should not know, and people want to kill you for it.
That's
Gain
cool.
an enemy and deception 1.
Nice.
That's not a mishap.
I also
You lose that career though.
I lose my career. Like I'm
we
done
weren't going
with
to go any
this.
further anyway, but anyway.
So
I can.
then if I didn't do that, then I leave the career and I need to roll for my injury bit, right?
yeah. Aging.
Aging.
Yeah.
Same thing.
No, there isn't, because you can actually have a
No.
mishap
Well,
where you
there's
roll
an
on the injury
injury
table.
I know.
Yeah.
It makes me sad.
You'll-
Like it makes me sad that it starts at 34. It's
Right?
really like like
That's like, I feel personally attacked.
when should it
yeah.
start?
I
When
feel
should it
so
start?
called out. Like
45.
Oh, see, I would say 60.
Yeah.
Start rolling at 60.
Yeah, like especially in a like I feel like we're only in a medium advanced society, but like you would think like at some point
Yeah.
like interstellar travel would have like advanced basic medical care.
Right.
So like your baseline medical care would be higher, so your normal effects of aging would be delayed.
Like your knee replacement surgery has to be amazing by then.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
like
that's true.
or just like basic stuff like that. So like the idea that then you would start to feel detrimental effects of aging at 34, which is not even a median age nowadays. I guess. Also, I just feel so personally.
Yeah. That was the best defense ever of it, though.
Right.
Well, high five.
I was with you. I was absolutely with you.
It's very circular logic there. And she comes back to her swallowing
I was
her own
ready
tail.
to die on that hill with you. At 34.
Yeah.
35 maybe, not 34.
But I mean, the chances of the chance of getting a penalty that first time is pretty low.
Okay, that's true.
I mean, Stork rolled it; he didn't get anything.
That's
6 minus 4 is 2, so
You're
I
good.
didn't.
You're good.
okay.
I still think it's wrong.
Well, the nice thing is, for the rest of the game now, you don't have to worry about aging. It's like, even if we go 10 years, Stu's not going to make us roll aging.
Oh no, I will.
Oh,
Yeah,
Every
will.
4 years.
All right.
All right, I'll go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Time is usually at a
So I'm
crawl.
staying with Noble, and I'm going to roll first on personal development, which is 1. I get a strength 1,
Woohoo!
which is now a 6, which I think
Spending time in the weight room.
That's a 0.
it's a 0. I have no negatives. I am the best. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and roll on advanced education
You do actually have the highest stats, like combined out of all of us.
Yeah, you do.
for which is leadership. Okay. Then survival. I need int 5. So +1. I survived. Events table. 8. Conspiracy of Nobles attempts to recruit you. If you refuse, gain the conspiracy as an enemy. If you accept, roll Deception 8+, or Persuade 8+. If you fail, roll on the mishap table as the conspiracy collapses. If you succeed, gain 1 level in Deception, Persuade, Tactus, or Carouse. Ooh.
What do you do?
What do I do? Let's... I already have 1 enemy. Let's...
Yeah, but that's a blood relative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have 2.
I have 2 enemies.
Yeah, he has 2 enemies.
Yeah.
I thought you had a rival in there.
Oh, I have a rival. I have a rival and an
okay.
enemy. Yeah, let's see how this conspiracy goes. Let's give it a shot.
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna go with Deception or Persuade. Both are at 0. So
Better than nothing.
Let's go with Persuade. It's a 6, so I don't make it.
Oh
And
no!
we fail. Roll on the mishap table. 4. Political maneuverings usurp your position. Increase diplomat or advocate by 1 and gain a rival.
That's better than an enemy.
Everybody hates you.
Everybody hates me. I'm the worst.
Well, you are a noble.
Yeah,
Let's-
it's pretty cutthroat there.
Yeah. Let's increase diplomat by...
The rough and tumble world of the diplomatic corps.
Yeah, we'll increase diplomat by 1, so it'll be diplomat 2.
I got the Traveler box set. These are the official dice you get from Mongoose Traveler.
They're just
Aw.
plain
Just
regular
D6?
these white
Those are
D6s with
sad,
black
like-
You don't even get the...
Fancy
No.
ones.
Okay. So yeah, that's...
These are treating Pooja
And then-
pretty well.
I moved.
Don't jinx it.
I have a question. I don't know if I have been.
Your curse of perfectly average has worked out for me here.
Yeah, that's true. So there's a personal development training table. Are we supposed to have been doing that every time too?
No. You pick when you get your skill. You pick one of the tables, and it can include the personal development table.
Got it. Okay,
You
good.
can roll
Then
it.
I was doing it correctly. Then.
Yeah.
If you advance, then you get to roll on 2 different tables.
If you get...
Right.
I don't think I did that when I advanced that first time. Is I supposed to roll on that other table if I advance?
Well,
You get to choose
any
one
table.
extra.
Okay,
Yeah,
the
you
same
can
thing.
pick the same table
Okay.
twice. You can pick,
Okay.
it's
cool.
a.
Then never mind.
I really
did it
wanted
right.
to run personal development, but I forgot.
Yeah. All right, I am going to. Are you done enjoying?
Oh, no, I'm
Okay.
done. You're good. You're good. I'm just
so
updating my notes.
I'm going to switch careers. I'm going to leave the Marines, and I'm going to go into being an entertainer.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's Dex or Int 5+.
Stand-up comic talking about all the funny things that happens in the Marine Corps.
I'm actually thinking like a fitness guru.
You gonna be like Tony Little?
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah. All right, so we'll see if I can do it. My Dex is pretty high, so oh yeah, I totally did it. 6,
So like
7.
a boot camp for debutantes.
Yeah, exactly. I am a fitness boot camp guru.
Who is that? Susan Powder. She had like short
Yeah,
hair.
ballistic buns is my
Yes.
Yes.
So I am an entertainer. I make it in.
That's awesome.
It's like,
You got a career as a.
it's something different.
I like it. I like it a lot.
All right, so I'm going to be a performer, is what it is. And
You pick
Personal
a-
trainers
pick a
are
skill.
performers.
I pick a skill,
Yeah, from the service skills.
service skills. I just pick one?
Yeah.
Okay. They're carouse, deception, drive, persuade, or steward. I have all of those except drive and steward. See, I'm like a very fit sleaze bag. It's like the perfect career.
One of the first characters we made, I ended up with like Steward 3 or 4 or something, so I ended up like cooking.
Oh,
So
interesting.
Drifter with Steward.
But
I was like, I got on your ship as a chef or something, but he also
That's
had
cool.
psionics.
Yeah.
Oh, and you could make what is it called? Pruno. Did you have a prison career?
No, that wasn't. No, I don't know. I don't think so.
Someone did. I don't remember who it was. Does anyone else have persuade?
I persuaded 0.
Okay.
It wouldn't be a bad idea to have a couple of people with it.
Yeah. I'm gonna take persuade as 1
I just want to see what Steward.
because I had it at 0.
I really should turn that off.
All right.
Well, for your
And then do I also roll off the performer table, or do I just get the thing for entering it?
You just get the thing.
Okay.
No, you get the one skill, but each term you get to roll.
Oh, okay.
Does
Once.
that include your first term?
Yes.
Okay.
your service skills, you get like for your basic training one, you get it at level 0.
Yes. But I had with 0 already, so I bump it up. Or no. Because I had persuade 0, and then
I would say increase it.
Okay.
I would, yeah. And that's that we haven't had. If someone else has not done that, I would admit that we've run into that.
Okay. And then I roll off the table too, the performer table.
Oh, any table for
Yeah.
your regular skill for your term.
Okay. Actually, I'm going to roll off the professional or personal development table. I'm hoping for a 6. I did not get Jack of all trades. It's very sad for me. I got a language.
Ooh.
Because, I had to record the Mandarin version of Ballistic Funds. So it took
Right.
some
Oh, and you get it
practice.
at 1.
Oh, I get it at 1. Oh, yeah.
Because that's the...
I don't know if it's Mandarin. I'll think about it. But there were many different versions of it. Okay, cool. And then see if I did we do survival? Am I doing too much stuff at
No,
okay.
no. I think we're each going through all of our things.
Okay,
for this one.
perfect. Yeah, that's easier. So survival, or whatever it is, 5, 6, 7. So I'm assuming that I get that. And let's see.
Yes, because
Yes.
it's int plus. It's
So
int 5 plus.
events. So I roll 2 for events. Oh, 11. As an artist, you lead a strange and charmed life. Go to the life events table and have an unusual event.
That's cool.
What page is that on, Joey? I think you were the other
I
one.
was
Right at the end of
it's-
the black ones.
Yeah,
black
it's
pages.
44.
Yep.
44. All right. Unusual
That's
events.
psionics.
Oh,
Something
damn.
weird happens. Roll 1d.
It's possible you get psionics.
All right, so it's,
Stu's
the
really
choices
hoping
are
for it.
psionics, aliens, alien artifact, amnesia, contact with government, or ancient technology.
Oh my gosh.
And you got...
Yep, ancient technology.
Awesome.
Which says you have something older than the Imperium or even something older than humanity.
Ooh. That's exciting.
That is kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right.
Oh, I didn't roll on my aging table.
Oh, I need it too.
I mean, I totally rolled on the aging table, and I'm fine.
Totally fine.
I think I once got like -3 to everything.
Oh, yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah,
11? Yeah.
11 minus 4, yeah.
All right. I'm going to roll
You
agent.
don't look a day over 30.
So,
You're fine.
oh yeah, I'm fine too. All right.
See?
After all that railing about it, that
Right.
is
Then all of us are fine.
on principle.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
still
just-
against
yeah.
it.
And when you start hitting some of those penalties, they're rough.
They are. They don't
They're
they don't pull
really
any punches.
bad.
All right.
So are we going one more?
No.
Thank you.
I am sort of tempted to.
I'm happy at 34.
Me too.
Okay, so
I also feel like
Bear
I've
with
gotten a
me.
lot of stuff, and I would want to change careers, but also I don't want to change careers
Right.
anymore. I'm like pretty happy with what I have and like the kind of skill set that I've
And
gained.
you got a nice round, everything culminated with your career ending, so...
Yeah, it's like it was kind of the perfect like segue.
Yeah,
what's the
Also, I'm a coward.
that's fine.
What's the requirement for what was the one you said? Which one was the one that was like the cult leader?
Oh, truther? You want to be a truther?
I don't know. Well, because okay, now I'm a celebrity.
Qualifications none.
Okay, because now I'm a celebrity and I have this ancient artifact.
Right.
So I feel like this is the perfect
Time to get a
time
cult.
for me to start my own religion.
I agree.
Is truther religion based or is the other one just?
Yeah, which
religion?
one?
No, truther is you know something secret, and believer is the religion based.
Yeah, I feel like I am a believer. I feel like I might be starting my own
Qualifications none. Believer career is open to anyone.
religion. I think I'm gonna be a little older than all of you,
So,
and I think I might be a badass who also has started a cult.
okay, well, yeah.
Do I have to believe?
You might be. That might be more. If you want to have a cult, I think that's more of a truther because that's where you get followers.
Okay.
And I don't know if you get followers with.
Yeah, you kind of have to
Believe.
advance,
Believer, you
don't
are a follower.
Yeah, I would think you would have to advance
Yeah, see,
all the way up to be a cult leader.
Here are the possible assignments for believer. Mainstream believer, you belong to a widespread church and are sure of your place in the universe.
no.
Missionary humanitarian, you spread the word of your faith across the stars and to anyone willing to listen to the message. Holy warrior, there are too many unbelievers in the universe, and you will make them believe. Whereas truther is.
Do I have to roll to be the leader, though?
What? No, you gain followers
Okay.
as you go.
Okay.
So I think you probably want to be a truther.
Okay.
Because that doesn't even have. You're just a crackpot. You've got some kind of crazy theory, and people, depending on
How will I roll?
right now, there's a
You
stat.
claim you have an alien artifact. What's wrong with it? It's weird.
Now I do believe you have to
Ancient
roll.
artifact. Ancient technology.
You have to roll for your following. Let me find this.
If we don't want to spend time on this, I don't have to. But
Yeah, this is awesome.
Okay.
This is what the point of this is.
Yeah.
Like,
Truthers,
would you ever have thought that you would have become a cult leader?
nope. That was Samantha's job.
Yeah.
No,
A truther is
still
someone who
is.
seeks or knows or claims to know the truth about some fringe subject. There are many other kinds of truther, however, from fringe scientists working on far-out psionic phenomenon to paranormal investigators or conspiracy theorists. Truthers are defined by the truth they seek or the knowledge they have. Their actual background and occupation may be quite mundane, or they may support themselves with various means, anything from odd jobs to crime and embezzlement. While,
So I can stay an entertainer. Like
no, it's its own career. It's its own.
Do I still support myself through my video sales though? Would
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Truthers do not have a conventional rank system, but instead have an additional characteristic called following. So you'll need to note this. This starts at 0 and can be increased by events during the career or later in play. Following indicates how many people believe the truther's message, though this is in no way influences whether or not it's actually the truth.
Let's see.
The interaction die modifier shown on the following table is used whenever the truther deals with media, crowds, or officials. It is applied as a positive DM to persuade checks when delivering the message to the masses or meeting fellow truthers, and as a negative DM when meeting with straight-laced officials. Thus, the interaction DM would be used positively to persuade followers. And
Okay. I feel like that's a thing. So I am a truther.
Awesome.
So you get to pick one of the service skills, and these are the 6 service skills. Investigate, art, writing, language, any, electronics, computers, diplomat, persuade.
I'm going to go with persuade again. I'm going to be super persuasive. I'll have a 2 in persuade.
Nice.
Okay. And then you get to roll. There's 3 tables. You want to look at them real quick?
Yeah. This one's that.
You only get. It only has the 3 tables.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. Rouse, persuade. Art, language, profession. Oh, specialist skills, profession, any. So I get to get.
Yeah, profession is like a catch-all.
Oh, okay.
I'm a carpenter, or I'm a.
Okay.
I don't know.
I think I'm gonna go with the specialist skills.
Okay.
Because then I feel like because a couple of them are science, and I feel like I might be like a pseudoscientist. Like, I've done testing in my.
Right.
It's proven. I made a YouTube video about it. That proves my knowledge of this scientific or this ancient technology. All right. So rolling a d6, 5.
And that's under specialists. 5 science any.
All right. So I get the 1 in that.
Yes.
Okay. Nice. All right, and then I'm done.
And then you you roll a you roll a event, right?
A life event, yes.
Or not a life event, a regular event.
I wrote survival first.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Where's survival? Survival is following plus 4. 4 plus. So you don't have any following yet. That means you would take a negative DM because your following right now is 0.
I mean, do I have to roll for following? Is there something where I can
No, you
get
start. It
following?
starts at 0. It says
Okay,
it starts at 0, and you gain it usually through events.
Does it mean dice modifier of 0? Like, are followings like a skill that I roll?
Following is a stat that you possess.
Stat. Okay.
So it would have, I believe.
Samantha would be so proud of me making it all weird.
What is the negative DM for
0?
0?
I think it's like -3 or something. If you have 0 and a stat. Because I don't think you can, because you have to roll skill, you have to roll dice, and you cannot get 0, so I don't even think it's on the table.
No, it probably is on the table because you can have your stats reduced by aging.
Oh, that's true.
0 is -3.
Negative.
Yeah,
3.
-3.
But I don't know.
That seems a little weird.
Well, it says following, and that's the same notation
It
they
says-
use for everything else.
It says it's a skill?
Following
or
4
stat?
plus. Truthers do not have a conventional rank system, but instead they have an additional characteristic called following. It starts at 0 and can be increased by events during the career or later in play. Following indicates how many people believe the truther's message, though this in no way influences whether or not it's the truth.
Okay.
So I think it's
-3.
So you need to roll a 7 or higher.
Okay.
Well, it's a characteristic.
Your mic's off.
Yeah.
Yeah, characteristics are strength, dex.
Yeah,
and
all right.
Yeah,
right.
that's the stats. No! Snake eye!
Oh!
Wait!
Oh.
Wait! That's a chip.
Oh, I forgot about those.
Me too.
Well, you can also spend them on skills when we do the
Which
loadout.
I
7!
Yay!
Oh, so you did it. Okay.
I did it. Alright, so exactly 7. So that means I get an event, not a mishap.
Yes, and you may roll 2d6 for the event.
I'm rolling different 2d6.
You don't want to roll a 2.
Oh, good. That's alright. That one doesn't count. Maybe it does count. I'm gonna keep it. It's a 5.
So you get a 5?
Yeah.
Understand?
Wait, I'm sorry.
If it's outside the tray, you get to decide whether you keep it or re-roll it.
Oh, okay.
She just made that up right now.
No,
It's kind of an unspoken rule.
Yeah, we've kind of been doing it that way. If the audience hasn't seen it, then
Understanding some new revelation requires a crash course in a field you lack knowledge of.
okay.
Gain 1 level in any electronics or science skill you previously did not possess.
All right. I'm going to do electronics, and it's a 1. Or do I get it at 1 or 0?
Gain 1 level.
One
So
level,
yeah,
so
get it
0.
at 1.
Got it.
No, I would say at 1.
At 1? Okay.
Well, is that right?
No, if it's a
One
level,
level
it's
is
0.
with-
It's 0.
Zero,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Cool.
And if you'd rolled a little higher, then you start increasing your following.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to just be glad that I didn't fail miserably.
Okay. So you want to make your aging roll?
Yes,
now?
I do need to make an aging roll. Ooh.
Ooh, that's bad.
Ooh, that's not good.
Minus, so it's -1.
Negative. Yeah, well, it's -5 because she went into the career, right?
Yeah.
So it's
5.
So it's negative
-2.
So -2.
Oh no. Maybe now is the time.
Yeah.
Maybe now is the time.
to spend that
Look
last
at the,
one.
Yeah, let me look at the chip real quick.
Wait, for the aging.
Isn't it good to roll? No.
No, you want to roll high because you have a -5
Yeah.
from your. The
Negative
number of
2 is
terms.
reduce 3 physical characteristics by 1.
Yeah, use that chip. Use that
Yeah,
chip.
here's a chip.
All right.
All right. It's going to be
Oh, yeah.
12.
Tasted.
You're fine.
Oh.
That was
yeah.
so worth it. So I'm fine. I have no negative things.
All right.
Okay. Good.
Yes.
Now, normally...
Wait. I
Okay.
still need to make one more connection.
Okay.
I only have the one connection with Kimmy, so I need to figure out a way to have a connection with either one of you guys. So my last mishap as a
You
citizen,
lost your job.
Interstellar trade costs you your job. I lose 1 Soch. I don't know how I can parlay that into anything. What is it you were doing? Were you on any exterior planets there, Pooja?
She's an agent, so...
Yeah, so I go around and I have. Yep, that's not my.
And
So
you don't
my
do anything
last one,
trade-wise,
like,
right?
No.
I learned something I should not know. I got specialist training in vehicles. I established a network of contacts. So I would figure I was off planet at some point.
Maybe you
Yeah,
were one
let's
of
just
her
do
contacts.
that. Yeah, well, because then I'm working for her.
Well, no, but not anymore because you lost your job.
Yeah.
Well, but then like
It's
I don't
supposed to
think
be
it makes
useful.
sense.
Yeah,
Like
it's
it would be a connection rather than a like.
and that's robbing her of a useful NPC that she
Well, I
would
figured
have
that in
later
addition to
on.
the other NPCs, since it's not really mechanical.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say that I'm one of the colonists on a planet that you had to go to for some reason, right? And maybe because
Sabotage reasons.
Right.
yeah, and maybe because of my military background or whatever, I was your liaison to show you around. Here are the trees, and over there's the desert, and this is the one spaceport. Don't go out at night.
Let's go this way.
Yeah.
Sounds great to me.
Okay, so that's our connection, is that you visited my planet for some reason, and I was your liaison to show you around.
Because
I was
reasons.
assigned to be your liaison. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you. And then, so you get to choose
Another skill.
a skill for that.
Out of except for Jack of all trades.
Is there a liaison? Do they still have the liaison
Do I
skill?
choose or
You
I should choose
yeah,
any
you get to
skill.
choose
That's
whatever
right.
you
I'll
want.
choose any skill.
Recon would make sense.
Steward.
Yes.
Recon would make a lot of sense. Let's do recon. LMNOPQRS. Recon at 1 or 0? 1.
One.
One, yeah.
Because it's not specified, so you get it at
Right.
one. I actually just fixed that on one of mine. I was like, oh wait, I didn't need to take this at 0.
Is everyone done with their term?
Yes.
Actually, since I took stealth there, also get that at 1.
Now, normally, does anyone want to do any more terms? Everyone's done with
I'm
their
so
terms?
tempted, but like,
I know. It's so funny.
Well, we still get one more mishap to roll out.
Yeah.
That's what Stu's going up to
That's
now.
where I'm getting to.
yeah, I think I'm good. I think I'm too chicken for this.
All right.
You have a very decent character there, despite all of the randomness.
And it's a push your luck mechanic.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it really is.
Yeah, I've never been good with gambling.
It's not gambling.
So,
Absolutely gambling.
so on your last career, go ahead and roll a mishap, and that's the reason that you left and decided to go work for the Exodus Foundation.
So do I roll another mishap?
Right.
Well, that's
on
what I'm
top of the
wondering.
one that
Some of
I-
you did already
Yeah,
miss
I rolled a mishap.
Yeah.
I mishapped.
So I mishapped out already.
Okay, well, does it seem fair to just, if you had a mishap already, then you just go, that's it, and you're...
I think, because, mine makes a lot of sense that I got usurped and,
Right.
pushed out.
And yours makes sense, too.
Yeah, like,
Because yours is, you found out something you weren't supposed to know.
yeah. I have
I can
information that now
provide-
people want to kill me for.
I can provide that to you. Because I already have some of that prep done. So you're the only...
I feel like can I stay a truther? Because if this is my way of getting to these colonies and spreading my news, like I can't afford it myself, so it's not like
Yeah, you're still going to roll... Don't you... Well, why would you be doing that? Because you're not going to... I don't know.
I'm happy rolling mishap. That makes it more interesting. But I feel like
Let me see what the mishaps are.
it's super exciting for me to be a truther and also be doing this job. Like it adds
right.
a very neat, fun oh yeah, we're here to help you. Have you heard the good news about my ancient technology artifacts? So I'm not trying to avoid a mishap. I think that would be fun. But also, if I can I take a mishap and stay a truther trying to spread my cult?
I imagine... Well, yeah, your character can do whatever your character's going to do.
Yeah. But, it also says, through the course of the game, you can gain followers. It said you could...
Yes, that's true. That is true, yes.
So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm happy to take a mishap and also,
Okay.
if I can continue to try and spread the news and become...
So roll a d6.
4.
You discover that at least some of your work is based on erroneous thinking. Lose 1 skill level from any science skill, but you do not have to leave this career.
Oh, right. That is so perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, most of them... half of them you don't have to leave the career for the mishap.
Okay, that's good. Okay. That's fantastic.
And some of them you gain, you can have a mishap. Your truthing alienates former colleagues and contacts who are determined to bring you down. Gain D3 rivals.
Oh, that's exciting. My ancient
Okay.
artifacts... These
So-
videos are bullshit? No way!
Right.
Shocking!
It says right there, made on Terra.
Persuade! I'm still right.
Ancient alien fitness.
I actually like the idea that you're making money off of selling these videos enough to survive, so you can go around and proselytize about your alien artifact that you have.
Yeah.
It's time for septipod squats.
That's amazing.
So now we have mustering out.
Yes.
And then plus spending any or buying any skills we want.
Well, not any skills you want, but I have a list of skills that
Okay.
I kind of put together as stuff that you might need.
All right,
Okay.
so I've got 4 different tables to roll from, so I'm going to muster out. Basically, I was reading up on the mustering out things, which is the highest ranked reach you get. So for 1 to 2, if it's the highest ranked reach, you get 1 benefit roll. 3 to 4, you get 2. 5 to 6, 3, and a dice modifier +1 to all benefit rolls in this career. And in each career there is a there's a benefit
cash
table.
and a benefit.
Cash and benefits. It's one or the other.
Right. And I think you're limited to how many times you can roll on the cash.
3 times.
3 times.
Yeah. Except that is that in only one career or in all careers?
No,
Anyway.
across all careers.
Okay. So I'm going to. I have 4 different careers to start with. So I'm going to go with cash first for my Marines. Which one pays the most? Ooh. Yeah, I'm going to do cash and scout. They get thousands.
So you get to pick. That's good. Okay.
So I'm going to go with benefits for my first mustering out. And it's a 4, and I get a weapon.
Nice.
My second career was a scout, so I'm going to do cash.
Sorry.
Cash for the scout. As a 6, I get 50,000 credits.
Ooh.
Right? Where's my money? Okay. Third career was a citizen. Did I do 2 careers as a Marine?
Yes.
Okay, I'm
I
going to roll
recall
one
you
more
did
for
too.
Marine then.
I believe you did too.
Oops, I'll just roll this dice again. Another 4. So, and that would be another weapon, I think, right? Yeah, I think so. I think I rolled a 4 last time.
And it's plus whatever the qualification stat was, correct?
No, you got my
I don't
book.
think so.
Okay, then why does mine...
Let me see.
For entertainer, it has 7s.
Yeah, they all have 7. I think one of the events maybe gives you a bonus.
Gives you a bonus. Okay. I'm like, I don't have a 7-sided dice, so there's got to be a thing there.
Okay, so I got 2 weapons, and my last career was a
That
citizen.
makes sense.
There's the benefit starts. But I don't remember.
So I'm going to roll a benefit. It's on citizen. It's all just junk. 2. I get an ally.
Woohoo!
Very good.
That's a thing I get?
Yeah?
An ally? All right, I am done mustering out. $50,000, 2 weapons, and an ally.
Okay.
Awesome. So I got 4 rolls.
But because of your rank, you get a bunch.
I get a bonus roll, and then you get. So benefits are gained when a traveler leaves a career. A traveler gets 1 benefit roll for every full term served in that career.
Mm-hmm.
So I did 4 terms total, but my first was uni. So then I have 3 full terms served in this career. I got 1 bonus benefit roll from reaching rank 2.
Okay.
I'm in the same boat.
And I think you also can. Do you get to roll on like one of the other tables because of your high?
No, that's for advanced education.
All right.
And you're going through the career.
So for 2 terms in a career. Okay.
So, so all of my rolls are going to be against the agent table because
Right.
they were all with that career.
Yeah.
So I am going to start with what I don't understand is yeah, it goes up to 7.
What's the truth or
So
table?
what's the bonus there? Like
Yeah.
that would give you additional benefit, like an additional thing
It
to
might
your
be
benefits.
there might be an event that gives you
Maybe a life event or
+1.
something.
It
Maybe.
could also be your rank because I think at rank you might be able to go. No.
No.
In the course of the traveler's career, he may manage to save some money. He may also acquire equipment, blah, blah, blah. These are determined by benefit rolls. Benefits are gained when a traveler leaves a career. You get extra benefit rolls if you reach a high rank.
Oh, yeah, there it goes. If you reach a 5 or a 6 rank, you get 3 bonus rolls and a DM +1 to all benefit rolls in this career.
Oh,
it
okay.
is.
That makes sense.
Okay, so
1 dice. Yeah.
yes.
Per table.
So I'm going to roll against the cash table first. And that is 7,500 credits.
So we roll for every one we did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Except for the first one because
That's the most. Yeah,
Academy.
the academy.
I got 4 because I did 4 terms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you should only have had 3.
I didn't go to school.
Oh, that's right.
And I am going to roll against cash one more time. And that's another 7,500. Seems enough to start with. And then I am going to roll against the benefits column.
Science equipment.
Okay.
I don't know what that. But I guess you can figure that out. Look at a microscope.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Equipment.
For trooper.
Combat implant. That's what you want.
I got int +1.
So you're smarter.
Ooh, you can get a following on your mustering out table.
So that gives me a 9.
Okay, let's wait till she's done. before we-
That finishes out my rolls, but I'm going to see what the science equipment is.
Nice.
Okay.
What?
I was just wondering if you had more because of your high advancement in your rank.
No, because when I got to rank 2, because you started at rank 0.
Right.
So if I got into rank 3, like if I hadn't
There it
failed
is.
out, like if I hadn't failed my my survival, then I possibly could have gotten to rank 3 and it would have given me 2 bonus rolls, but
Got
it
it.
didn't, so I can't.
Right.
And E2 is rank 2, right? I got 2. Like when I'm just trying to figure out if I would.
She hasn't enlisted it too.
So how many times did you advance as a enlisted? So that would put you at. Let me look at the Marine thing. Because I thought you failed one of your advancements. I guess is
No, I didn't get an. I didn't. No, I got Lance Corporal and then Corporal.
Yeah, so that's
So
right
two,
too.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't. I didn't get high enough to get commissioned, but I still advanced twice.
Yeah.
That's what I didn't do. Yeah. I was just explaining like why, like the one I didn't do well at, I didn't get high enough to get an officer
Well, you couldn't have
because based on my intelligence.
based on your because you didn't graduate and then you didn't have a high enough social to do it after your first turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's accurate.
Cool. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The point is the
Two. Yeah.
you get so you would get
bonus roll.
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Cool.
You want to go?
No, why don't you?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Pooja looks like she's still figuring that out.
Oh, okay.
If I
I'm
did it
figuring out what science equipment
Oh,
is.
okay.
Sorry.
Oh, okay. All right. So I get 4 total. First one for cash. That's 3. That's 50,000. Second one. Let's do cash again. That's 10,000. I am not a rich
So
noble.
funny. The was it dilettante or noble career? The amount of money you get is so huge compared to what I'm seeing
I
on this
know,
table.
right?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Scout is the same way. I
Let's-
mustered out with 50,000 credits.
I know
from
that's
Scout.
nuts, and I'm
Well,
like at 15,000.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do.
But Scout is
benefits.
yeah,
3.
It's just,
I get a
it's
blade.
just 50,000 right there.
And let's round it out with the last one being benefits. I get 2 ship shares.
Nice. Those are worth a lot.
Now, the way I'll probably handle the ship shares is you probably have an investment in a ship somewhere.
Okay.
It won't be the ship you guys are on. It's some other ship. And you're probably getting some kind of
Kickback.
a little
like being
a little something from.
It's like a rental property.
Sweet.
Yeah.
It's an Airbnb.
Yeah.
So I get 1 piece of scientific equipment with a limit of credits 2,000 and a tech level of 12.
Well, we're tech level 10
10
going on 11. There might be science. This is the actual.
I think a lot of that science equipment has tech levels.
Yes, I'm just giving you
Much
the
of it
limits
does.
of. I was just reading out what they said the limits were on it. It's not what you get specifically, but that's as high as you can get. So says the thingy.
This is
say we
like
all.
the big book of equipment. I mean, there's some equipment in there, but that's like the big
I
equipment
like
book.
big books of equipment.
Cannot lie.
The new other travelers cannot deny.
Who still has to roll their mustering out benefits?
I still have to do all of
All right.
All right. So first one is Marines. So I'm going to roll on the money table, the cash table. 2,000 credits. God damn it. And then for my second thing in the Marines, I'm going to roll benefits. Fucking A. 1, so I get armor. That's actually not bad.
That's actually
Yeah,
really
that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's what I was hoping for.
I mean, honestly, as nice as it is to have Int +1, I was hoping for a weapon.
Yeah.
Or a combat implant.
You can buy them.
Yeah.
Or social +1 and a combat implant.
Yes. I'm going to roll for cash on this third
Now,
because I get
you
a
have a
bonus
limit
one.
of 3 cash rolls total
Total.
for mustering out.
Okay, so this will be my second one. Is there cash on the truther one?
There is, but it seems kind of shitty.
You might
one
want
is
to look
1,000.
at Entertainer, though. Like, if Entertainer it would probably be better.
3 for cash, right? So if I do cash this one, I can do one more, which would be cash for entertainer.
Right.
Yeah,
You-
it's just that if you want to roll, like, a higher...
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
You would want to roll
Entertainer might have-
where the
Entertainer-
base is
I'll do
higher.
benefits.
Entertainer, the best you can get is 40,000.
What's the lowest?
None. There's
1
2
and
that
2.
are none.
Oh, okay.
If you roll
no,
1 or 2, you get
So
none.
you have a 1/3 chance of getting nothing.
That's the truther table.
Okay. I'm definitely going to roll following for that.
Oh, you want? Yeah, you're going to want to roll for benefits on that table.
All right, I'll go for benefits on my third marine, my bonus marine roll. 2 intelligence +1. That's actually really good for me. +1. I am no longer at a negative. I think that's very exciting. All right, so now I'm entertainer. I'm gonna roll for cash, I guess. Oh, there's good things on the
confused.
table though.
Yeah, it's all good stuff.
I know, but I don't want to be super broke. All right, I'm gonna roll for cash on the entertainer table.
Oh.
None. I lived on the edge and lost. All right, so now on the follower or on the
So the
truther
benefits table on the truthers.
I'm going to roll
There
on
you
the
go.
benefits. Yeah.
You want a 2, a 3, or a 5.
No.
+1 intelligence.
Okay. Well,
That could be
I'm
worse.
getting smarter.
But no minor following and no major following.
All right.
Nobody believes you.
Nobody.
You're a crackpot.
But I'm getting smarter.
Yeah, if you get major following, you get 1d +1 increase to your following.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right,
I'm
so
wondering if I should.
last would be spending our.
Because. Whereas, like, yes, int +1 is nice and all. A 9 versus an 8 doesn't really help me all that much.
Gives you +1.
Oh, does it?
I think that between 8 and 9 is when the DM changes from 0 to 1.
Never mind then.
No, I think it changes it.
Yeah, between 8 and 9.
Oh, it does.
You go from
It's
0
8
to
and
1.
There you go.
Yeah, I
Never
think
mind
it's
then.
the 6, 7, 8 is 0.
Yeah,
And then
it
every
is.
3 it changes up or down.
That's actually pretty handy.
That
The
is
+1.
very handy, actually. Never mind then.
So
Well, because I was going to trade it in and see if I could get this, like, combat implant or weapon.
All right.
So here are the skill packages. Well, here's the skills that when you go through the training for the Exodus Foundation, which is an NGO. Vac Suit 0. If you don't have Vac Suit 0, you now have Vac Suit 0
Okay.
because you're on a spaceship.
If you have it, it stays 0. Anyway.
If you already have it, it doesn't increase. But if you don't have it, they train you in it.
Okay.
And then there are 4 skills that people can take. You can buy these for one chip. You're out of chips.
I'm out of chips. That's okay.
Well, we can make it so that you can just pick one of these and you have to spend for the other ones. We can do it that way if you want.
Whatever you want. It's fine. I don't
Okay.
care. I have a lot of skills.
Mechanic 1, Advocate 1, Engineer 1, Medic 1. If anyone has Medic at 1, then we don't deal with it. Engineer at 1, don't deal with it. Advocate at 1, and so on. So Mechanic, Advocate, Engineer, Medic.
And those are the only choices that we get for.
There's more skills after
Okay.
that, but these are like every crew has to have these skills.
I have Advocate 2.
Okay, so you're good for that one.
Well, I have medic 0, so I can take that and bump it up to 1.
Sure.
You said electronics is one of them?
Mechanic and Engineer are the 2 that are left.
No, I have the other ones.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't either.
And we can always, if you guys don't want to take them, I can always make an NPC that's the mechanic on the ship.
I'll take. Let's see. I guess I'll take mechanic. For my time spent on the planet, I was having to learn to build stuff.
Okay.
So I'll take mechanic at 1. Do I
Alright.
spend this to you?
No,
Oh.
these are free.
No.
Okay.
We'll do it. The other skills, they'll have prices.
I'll do engineer then.
Okay.
If
Okay.
That's okay, because that ties in with my...
Pick a specialty, either maneuver or jump drive, or power plant.
Ooh. I'll think about that. It's a 1 rank or 1? 1.
Engineer
That's his
1.
answer. Okay.
But then you got to pick the specialty because
Yeah.
I have to think. Let me think about that a little bit.
Maneuver, jump, or power plant. And in that, well, I'm going to give you basically a 0 at the other 2.
Oh, okay.
So. And then the other skills, I should have actually written this down.
Let's do jump.
These are other skills that you could receive training in. These you will spend your chips on. Admin 1, astrogation 1, diplomat 1, electronics. It doesn't matter what level. Admin, astrogation, diplomat, electronics, flyer, gravity, gun combat, investigate, persuade, pilot small craft, pilot spacecraft, recon, and science. And I should actually write
Which
those out.
skill package is this?
It isn't. I made it.
Oh,
Let me write them out real quick.
thanks.
Actually, you know what? Let me just slack it to everyone.
That's a good idea.
Fancy.
That's a good call. So we just need to make sure everybody has... We have somebody with 1 rank in all of those?
No, well, that was the top.
Oh, okay.
The ones I'm giving you now is stuff that the Foundation will train you in, and you
Okay.
can spend whatever unspent chips you have. 1 gets you to 0, 2 gets it. Basically, you get a level per.
A level per chip. And if we already have something in that already, if we want to increase it.
Yes.
Okay.
You do that too. Where is...
Okay.
It's okay. I feel.
Okay, I just... Don't worry about the numbers next to the levels next to it, but I just sent it to everyone in the Traveler's
Okay.
line.
Oh, there it is. Look at
There
that.
it goes.
Hooray.
Kind of, maybe. There it goes. Okay, admin asked me.
I think I'm going to go with pilot small craft. At 1.
So then I'll go with pilot spacecraft.
You already had that, right?
Well, I had pilot, but
Yeah, there's a couple different specialties for it.
I
because
thought you were
I've-
doing the
yeah.
cruiser, the giant cruisers.
because I hadn't written down a specialty for my thing because I had just been taking notes on what I
Okay.
had. I hadn't chosen any specialties for any of the things that needed specialties except language. So I'll go with. So if you're going small craft, I'll go with spacecraft because I already had pilot 1.
I'm also going to go with astrogation 1.
I also have attribution one of you.
That's fine.
I was just making sure that you weren't trying to cover bases.
Because I've already got almost everything else. I don't
Yeah.
need persuade because you're the persuadey guy. I don't need recon. I've already got that at 1. Science, she's all sciencey. Diplomat, who's the diplomat?
I'm the diplomat. She's got more
I'm
persuade
the
than I do.
persuading.
Okay.
But I may put some points in persuade because I'm at 0 and that seems silly.
I'm gonna pick up 1 in gun combat.
Okay.
I've already got investigate at 1. So can I up a gun combat by 1 if I spend it my last one, or is it again another gun?
It can do. It can be you can either up it or you can or have another one at 0.
I feel like diplomat is probably more like persuading like official people, while persuade is more like I don't know.
Fast talking.
The descriptions are
Yeah.
Okay.
usually pretty clear in the
Okay.
book.
Yeah, I have most of these.
Yeah, it turns out we have most of what you needed already, Stu.
Which is awesome.
That's good.
Yeah.
We built good characters, guys.
Which just like if we have chips left over and that we don't necessarily want to spend on these skills.
All right, I'm just going to buy one more gun
Specifically.
combat so that I can do all of them: archaic, energy, and slug thrower. So I now have all 3 gun combats.
I am going to choose energy for mine.
Which one's the most common?
Common what?
Gun combat weapon. Like
Well,
energy
you
probably?
have energy. There are laser rifles and pistols at this tech level. There's all. I mean, the ship's loadout because you have like a weapons locker on your ship. You have both slug throwers and energy weapons
Okay.
and cutlasses.
So I am going to up my flyer skill 1 in grave
Okay.
because I had that at a 0. So like I'll have a 1 flyer
Okay.
grave, whatever that means.
Gravity. It's supposed to be grav, G-R-A-V. I just got superfluous with the E's.
I was like, I'm going to be riding some tombstones right around town. Maybe a coffin thrown in there for good measure.
Yeah, the gun combat makes sense because since I have 2 weapons I'm mustering out that I own.
All right, I'm going to add 1 to persuade and then get pilot smallcraft.
Okay.
And I think you need, for the air raft, that's what they call it. It's like the
Yeah,
shuttle
air
craft.
raft uses grav.
So it's a small craft. Yeah?
There's pilot and grav, isn't there?
What are the
Yes.
types of electronics?
In the skills section,
Yeah, it's like
it'll list them.
computers, it's scanners. I have computers already. Where is it?
Where?
No, pilot is some
Comms,
spacecraft
remote
only.
ops.
Where's the thing?
Oh, it's page 64.
Thank you.
Pilot is spacecraft only. You got small craft, shuttles, and other craft under 100 tons. Spacecraft, trade ships between 100 and 5,000 tons, and
sorry.
capital ships. So it must be flyer that is grav. Flyers only work in an atmosphere, and that's when it has grav.
Oh, it has grav under
Grav
that?
covers air rafts, grav belts, and other vehicles that use gravitonic technology.
And you have computers?
I have electronics computers. It's at 0, but I have it.
I already have flyer 0. I'm going to put flyer grav.
And then I'm kind of wondering if I should do...
Oh, I still have a heavy weapon to pick.
I think I'm going to do comms. I'm going to do electronics comms.
Okay.
I feel like that'll be useful to us.
Oh, I have electronics, too.
I'll do sensors and remote ops then.
I'll do computers.
And I have drive, so I need to figure that out.
And heavy weapons.
Cool.
And I'm going to make it a walker. Yes. Yes, I am.
That is the correct answer.
Be like one of those like terrifying robot, like the robot dogs they have that.
So I'm going to go...
Can't.
My heavy weapon is going to be vehicle, so large weapons typically mounted on vehicles, because I also already have gunner, so I figured the two work together.
Okay.
Oh. Oh, that's weird.
The languages are very different.
And then I have a melee to pick.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go with blade, because when you're boarding ships. And I think that's it for all the specialties I have to designate. Oh, drive.
Okay.
What heavy weapons did you pick, Stu? Or Stork?
I picked a vehicle.
Okay.
And is it wrong that I want to pick my... I want to pick psionicology as my science, just because I so desperately want to somehow be able to to add psionics to this campaign.
I'm going to take hovercraft for my
Maybe
drive.
that was the thing that you found out.
That's
You dug too deep.
let me slack something to you really quick.
The truth is out there.
I had to reorganize this because it's like, okay, which
Okay,
tab?
so I am doing it.
Nice.
All right. So my athletics is
that
dex.
is not wrong. Okay, this wasn't right. This was...
All right,
oh, here
I
we go.
think I'm done. I just have to pick my 2 weapons that I mustered out with.
Yeah, I've got a blade I need to pick. And that's it.
Why can't I find
I
it?
think I'll go with...
I'm going to pick athletics dexterity, because I feel like I trained really hard to make up for my lack of natural dexterity.
I like it.
Also, averages. Now that my education is so high, I've kind of thrown everything off balance.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's cool that you get bonuses and stuff, and it actually works out if you start aging, too, because then I think
have
that
something
had
to,
that
like,
happen once. You get
yeah.
it builds in a... Look at all the blades you got. Oh, pretty pictures
Ooh.
of blades.
Nice.
So many options.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So-
That's the central supply catalog is awesome. Is that what you're looking at?
No, this is
Okay.
just what we typically have in the book here, so...
I need to figure out where actual science equipment is. I'm
Did
gonna
they
get the
fix
science thing.
stunners? Are stunners still like the most powerful thing in the game?
I mean, I think this is
I'm going to take a stunner for my energy weapon.
smart.
And then I'm going to take a... So I've already got clothes.
Are there, yeah.
Oh, there is stuff in here. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
I thought it was just the character creation stuff.
I think I'm going to go with an advanced combat rifle. Because I've already got a close-up, so then I'll just... And this is a slug thrower.
Oh, man. Remember the yacht?
Why don't people have...
Oh, you guys are going to have the yacht.
Oh, we are?
Oh yeah. I mean that's the next thing. You're going to tell me the name of the ship. I just sent you the information that you weren't supposed to find out.
I owned the yacht last time, though. I don't think we
Melee
owned
weapons.
the yacht this time.
And I still have an ally, and I'm going to hold on to that until I figure out
That's
what
fine.
else I need to do with that. And remember, you wrote down my rivals and stuff? Yes, you did, when we had character creation.
Yes. I don't have names, but I have.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I mustering out with a stunner and an advanced combat rifle. Stu, did you want to look up advanced combat rifle to make sure that that fits within your tech?
That's fine. It's in that's in the ship's loadout.
Okay.
There's a
Yeah,
small.
but this is a personal one.
Right. There's a small number of stuff in the ship.
What did Jane name his rifle?
Vera.
Vera. Yeah. So this is Vera. My equivalent of Vera.
I understand.
Having some. Whoa. It's an odd.
So even though I failed out of everything, I actually got a pretty good. I got $50,000 for being a scout because apparently that's a pretty gnarly career. Two guns and an ally.
Yeah.
For being such a failure,
Let's go with the rapier. I like that parry ability. I think I'm going to need it.
right? Oh, right. I got a blade.
God, I'm so broke. It's
Oh,
so
I don't
annoying.
have one. I just have a skill.
I guess I don't have debt, so that's good.
Right, and that's why you hooked up with these people. They give you 3 squares a day plus a place to sleep.
You'll have something better. You'll have
Following.
followers.
Maybe eventually, if I keep if I roll better than I have been. If I stop QMing it.
What you looking for, Pooja?
Anything that lends itself to being called scientific equipment, because there's not like an actual section that says like
Oh.
scientific
Really?
equipment.
No, there isn't. But
Anywhere?
there's like sensors and stuff. Like
Yeah, like there's a toolkit, I guess.
There's a
would be
scientific
the only
toolkit?
thing that has really seemed to fit underneath the descriptor so far. But like that's kind of, I don't know. It's just weird because I'm trying to look through this stuff and see like, okay, so sensors
a lot of those would fit under that probably.
and
Absolutely, yeah. You've got bioscanners, densometers.
and then the scientific toolkit. But I'm just, I guess, trying to see what
You can always wait
I might.
until you decide you need something.
Yeah. What page is the armor on right there? Oh, sorry, you were.
In
Your hand is on it.
It's page 94.
Oh. I didn't know if there was extra armor in that other book. That's what I
there,
was
I believe there is personal protection.
Let's see. I've got
Okay, so
60K to spend.
59.
Also, I don't know. Stu, do you and I get to come up with what the ancient technology is, or is there like a page or information about that stuff?
Let me think about it a little bit.
Okay.
I need to figure out exactly what it is because it has to be legitimate
Yeah,
thing. Okay. Your theories on it can be
completely.
baldered down.
Yeah.
It needs to be an actual thing.
Yes.
Okay.
What is it you were doing? You were like looking for, because I was sitting here looking at bioscanner and it does a lot of different things.
Now, what tech level is bioscanner?
Oh, 15.
Womp 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 womp.
Yeah.
There's also there's a forensics toolkit as well.
See down.
Well, I'm done.
Can I get a? Can I get an assassin?
Can you get an assassin?
A creeper assassin?
What
It's a
tech
robot.
level? What tech level are they?
12.
Puts me at 57.
So I'm gonna- I just got armor when I mustered out.
Mm-hmm.
Is it okay if I pick combat armor? It says this full body suit is used by the military and not generally available in the open market. Although those with military or criminal connections can obtain it easily.
Should say under benefits the restrictions on it.
Okay, I will go back to that page.
I don't know if it did.
Benefits. It just says armor.
Yeah.
No.
It gives a
in the description
description.
under benefits, in the benefits
On
section,
the benefits
which is after.
page.
Yeah.
Got it.
Other benefits. Armor. Select any type of armor with a limit of credits of 10,000 and a TL of 12. Or in this case, a TL of 10, right?
All right, never mind.
If you roll this benefit again, then you can either select another type or trade in your original armor with a limit of 25,000.
Got it.
But even like cloth armor gives you protection at 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was hoping for armor.
10,000.
The battle dress is probably out of your price range.
Just barely.
Just by a factor of 10.
No.
Battle dress?
Because it says
stuff has to be in
armor
hundreds of thousands.
within a limit of credits 10,000.
Right.
And then the vac suit is 11,000. So it's just barely.
Right.
By
Well,
10,000.
you're going to all have vac suits.
Okay.
It's like getting the personal flotation devices on the airplane.
Got it.
Question regarding the stunner. It's showing cost here where the picture of the stunner is a CR200, but on the table it's showing CR750. What's the correct cost?
Interesting. I don't know. I would say the table probably
Probably is correct, yeah.
more accurate.
Okay.
It's stupid that they
And
give
what
it
tech
to
level
you.
is the stunner?
We're looking at first one is tech level 10.
Okay. All right.
It's stupid that
And
they
we're 10/11, or were we?
Yeah, you're all the in the first game. I'm going to give you guys stuff so you can start, and you're going to. There's news articles you're going to get, and you're going to start to see that you're starting to come into tech level 11.
Okay. Because it was about a laser pistol, and I bought the tech level 11 option, but I can take it down to the tech level 9 if you need me to.
Take it down to the 9.
9? Got it.
It's stupid that they give it to you at 10, Kimmy. But there is no 10 armor.
Yeah. I think you can. I'm wondering if you can maybe pick pieces. Like if I could start with reflect and then add bits until I'm at 10. I don't know.
Does it? Well, does it not? Is it what?
On 94, they have all these armor types. Some of them are pieces, mesh, flak jacket, jack, and stuff. But there is not. So maybe you buy it up to 10. But there is
No,
no
you-
$10,000.
No. Let me see the armor section.
Like there's those two. Those look like the bases, and then I think I can add these pieces. Maybe?
No.
No. Okay.
No, this is all just different kind of armor.
Okay.
There might be more in this.
I'm
going
going to snag an audio-only neural comm, as well as
Okay.
whatever scientific equipment I actually get.
And that's within the tech level.
It is tech level 10.
Okay.
And audio only, and it's within the credits that I have.
Okay.
That's cool. So you can hear things nobody else can.
Options.
Audio only. CR1000.
Is it really the limit of 10,000?
That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. You can't even buy it back. Maybe you buy a slightly used
my
Maxi.
reflect.
Yeah, but it's like way lower. I was just wondering if I could. I don't know.
There might be more in this book that she has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can
Just some of
reflect
it?
suit. That's fine.
I'll be
Some of the stuff in
I'll be
there I
done in
think is
just a
more
second. I
expensive.
just need to find
Yeah.
like if there was anything else that
I
because there's
didn't know if-
weapons and you're looking for armor, right?
Mm-hmm. There's an armor section in there too.
Yeah.
A huge armor section, if I recall correctly.
Cool. I'll just wait.
You even have spear guns.
Yeah.
For all your water planet needs.
Oh yeah. Unless otherwise noted, only one type of armor can be worn at a time.
Yeah, and they have little pictures here because, like cloth, you figure it's like an outfit, but this is like this sort of cool-looking armor thing, and it's cloth. It's just sort of weird.
I mean,
So your following right now is 0.
yeah.
So your rank in the Truthers is a harmless crank,
Yeah.
and you have an interaction dim of 0.
Okay.
And the way that works is when you're interacting with followers, it's a bonus to your social rolls. When you're dealing with normal people, it's a negative to your
Got it.
social rolls.
Cool.
So, like, if you're a highly influential truther with an interaction team of 3, that means you get a +3 to the. But regular people, you get a -3
Okay.
because you're a crack.
So right now I'm 0. No pluses, no minuses.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because you're a harmless crank. And the next is a typical minor truther, then a notable figure, highly influential truther, and then legend or public menace.
Public menace.
Right.
Nice.
Okay, I am gonna trick things and grab a laser carbine.
Okay.
Section 8.
I'm excited about that. That's
I'm very sad about this pencil breaking business that I keep doing.
And I'm glad
Excited.
one of us got to use the new crazy ones.
Right.
Damage 4D.
Interesting.
500.
Yeah, there's some cool equipment in the
Yeah.
book.
I think we're gonna.
The
I think
rescue,
we're gonna wait though.
the rescue bubble. It's awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
And
Awesome. Is there
Power pack.
anything we need to do other than just finishing up our equipment?
Name
Shopping.
your ship.
Naming our
And the
ship. Okay.
oh, names of the hard part.
I know. Why don't we do that real quick and we can finish shopping? If shopping's the
Offline.
only thing we have to do, we can finish doing the shopping.
Yeah,
offline.
I'm sure no
Yeah.
one wants to like.
Sit while we're looking at prices and adding up money. Then we should, let's name the ship and let's each go around. Oh, we need to come up with our own names, I think. Or
Oh,
do we-
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Dream.
The naming thing, the thing we waited for last.
There's a random ship name generator.
All right.
I just
And just so you know, like
spaceship names.
tone-wise, this is going to be kind of a dark campaign.
Dark campaign. Okay.
All right, spaceship names. Oh, come on. Blah, 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 blah.
Cascade Legacy was suggested by
so
the chat room.
Exodus, the Exodus company is the company that we're all working for now.
Exodus Foundation. It's like a charity.
And it's a charity based where? Like, what's its history?
I think the person who started it was named Veronica Gonzalez, and she is a trillionaire businesswoman who decided to start it originally when, for hundreds of years, the superpowers were sending generation ships to these distant stars, and then in the last, say, 30 or 40 years, they developed faster than light technology. Suddenly, they're sending colony ships. In some cases, they're beating the generation ships to the planets they're going to. Mm-hmm. And the people who were on these generation ships, who have landed and created their own little societies and civilizations, were being trampled on by the newcomers who are coming and going. And in a lot of cases, they developed their own very unique cultures on these ships over the course of 3 or 4 generations that they're traveling. That was the original purpose of the organization. But there's now a war going on, and that has sort of taken a back seat. And basically, the organization at this point is attempting to help planets that are not economically valuable, because the amount of support and investment planets tend to get from their colonial superpower tends to be determined by the economic viability of the planet and its usefulness.
Yeah.
So people who settled on a planet that doesn't have much minerals and doesn't have arable soil, they're kind of left on their own. Mm-hmm. And basically, you're kind of like troubleshooters. It's like they'll receive a request for help, and then you'll receive a thing, go here. But I mean, you have a lot of autonomy as well.
Okay, so random ship names. Mm-hmm. Event Horizon, Wildcat, Tranquil. I don't know why that is alien. But Resolution, Development, Pathfinder, Destructor, Meteor, Manchester, and the Traveler. And hit it again. Blossom, Sunder, Thunder, Aeroflight. Or Orion, Nuria, Navigator, Malevolent. These are dumb.
Little
Rascal.
You could name your ship after like a famous. What's the term I'm looking for? Person who does a lot of charity stuff.
Oh,
Could name it after somebody who's really famous for making, like health videos.
or a family that came over on the first generation ships.
How about this one, the STS Clap?
Dark,
Maybe something that
dark tone
isn't
for the
about
game.
STDs.
Yeah.
There's the Hunter, Badger.
What's the term I'm looking for?
Philanthropist.
Philanthropist.
Galactica ended up in here. There's also Battlestar.
I mean, are you surprised?
Vanguard?
That's pretty
I
good.
like the Vanguard.
Okay. I like something with flight or the journey.
The Ace of Spades.
Looking at synonyms for Exodus. So
The Wailing Wind.
what was the one you said just a second ago?
The Ace of Spades.
Vanguard.
Vanguard.
Vanguard is
I like
one.
Vanguard.
Here's Dragon Tooth.
'Cause,
Vanguard
like,
flight.
wasn't the Vanguard like the people who came in like first and like protected the people who came in after? or
I'm
whatever?
okay
I
with
like that. I
Vanguard.
like that.
I like Vanguard.
Yeah, that's good.
Vanguard it is.
I mean, chat, don't tell me if I've completely mangled the meaning of the word Vanguard.
no, I believe it's like the Praetorian Guard. Been wrong.
I think it's like a first. It's like a first force that comes.
It is.
Why is it not letting me define Vanguard?
Here's one which I didn't know was a word. The executionerist. The executionist. No,
Excursionist.
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 A group
I was
of people
reading
leading the way
excursionist, I
in new
wasn't
developments
saying
or
it.
ideas.
So an odd.
It is.
The foremost part of an advancing army or
I
naval
like that.
force.
The Vanguard. That's a great name.
Yep. Done.
Now, if I can only figure out a name for my character,
Right.
Right.
We can do that off camera.
I'm gonna have to.
Me
This is
too.
gonna take
Yeah.
some
Came up with mine.
like musing.
You know, in one of the books, there's quirks for the ship. I was going to have. I mean, we can do that at the beginning of the next session, but
I mean, it might be fun. I don't know.
because I'm going to kind of consider the ship to be an NPC.
I think one of the ships, in one of the things, you get like a haunted ship, couldn't you? Isn't that like in the
There's
museum
quirks.
first one?
There's quirks that you can get. I don't know if it's in this book or if it's in the Navy book or the ship's
I
book.
think in the original. Well, maybe you're right. Maybe it's a supplement. I remember reading it too and laughing. There we go. Common spacecraft. Safari ship, seeker ship, liners. Oh my god, so many ships.
No, you should see all the ones in the High Guard book. You have the huge planetary monitors that are made out of asteroids. I think that's is in the other one.
All right.
High Guard.
Hoorah.
I came up with my name, by the way.
Nice.
So
I'm zeroing in on a name.
yeah, I'm gonna be Riley O'Connor.
Nah.
Maybe, possibly, in the Happy Jack's extended universe, like the great granddaughter of this little known folk artist with superpowers named Colleen O'Connor.
Ooh.
Maybe.
Okay. Not to be confused with Connor O'Reilly.
Yeah, not robot. That's different. Totally different. Different letters, different everything.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything about quirks in here, but so it must be in the other book, as you say.
I'm looking through it right now. I think it is here somewhere.
Because on page 142, it's spacecraft operations and talks about debts and running times, asteroid mining.
All right. I think I'm going to go with the name Milo Hawkins.
Yeah.
I got to come up with a Finnish name.
HEWKINS.
Yep.
Finland. Llama. Llama? Is llamas from Finland? I don't remember.
Wow, there's a Finnish name
It should
generator.
be Torah Llama.
Unbelievable.
That's funny, like 5 people who know.
That's simple, that.
who know folk music. Three of them are sitting at this table, so.
These are a lot of complicated names. Jarno Lapinlaninanen, Daniel Hakananen, Eero Kujula. Oh, I'm gonna. Right now, everybody in Finland is throwing. Shut up!
Nah, no. That would be nice if all of Finland was paying attention right now, but I
Right.
don't think that's actually what's happening.
I don't know if
Why?
we have any Finnish listeners.
I don't know. We might. If you're a Finnish listener, please let us know that you're there. We'll be happy to.
Give Stork a name.
Yeah, I give Stork a name.
Sure.
Or yell at him about how to pronounce the one he's going to pick.
People with a lot of umlauts and the O's with the lines.
There are. There's a lot of the
People are saying you should make it a descendant of your Bloodblade and Tusk character.
He was not Finnish, though. He was
Icelandic.
I mean,
I feel like we're splitting blonde hairs at this point.
it's a lot of
it's
lot
different.
of centuries.
It is very different.
No, but-
It's like New Zealand and Australia. You call one from the other. You
Right.
get emails about it.
But-
Trust me.
But centuries have passed, so probably the family could have gone somewhere.
Right.
Sure.
I have a passing interest in Finland
Yeah.
for some weird reason. I have a whole theory about them, but they're not really Scandinavian. They're only Scandinavian by sort of a geography. They're really Laplanders,
Yeah.
and they even have a language.
Their language is like very different from most European
it's
languages.
what Tolkien based Elvish off of was Finland, because I think the only other ancient language, I guess Finland and like Hungarian are the two related to each other, because it's one of the Proto-European languages, but it's not anything like Scandinavian.
Droidar in the chat room is saying, Stork page 164 core book. I don't know what that is in relation to.
Oh, is that the Quarks?
That might be
Ship
the Quarks.
Quarks?
Yes.
Can I see the? Are you done with the?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is, right there. Common spacecraft,
Thank you, Droid.
Nice.
right underneath outdated ships, 164.
See, and here I am looking in the Hagrid book.
Yeah. So Pooja, you're going to pilot it, right? So I feel like maybe you should roll for the ship.
Yeah.
Also, you have...
Make your own bed.
Yeah.
Make the bed we'll all lie in.
Yep. You have to
go
drive
with-
the bed, though.
I think
so.
I'll go with Vesa Simola.
Okay.
Vesasimola. Mostly because it's easy to pronounce,
Let me write that down.
easy to remember, and easy to spell.
Right.
Vesa
Vesa.
S.
Vesa.
Got
One
that
word.
part. S.
Simola, which is Simola.
Spacecraft Quarks. Now, I'm going to say this is a other, probably.
It's on
Because there's
page.
traders, military, and other, and you're not really a trader or a military ship.
Oh, you're right. Well, I don't know. You got this whole older ships thing. Is it something that because you can buy a military surplus?
I just want a quirk.
Okay.
I just want a quirk for the ship.
All right, Pooja.
Okay, so what am I?
Roll 2d6.
Do the thing.
And it's this table here.
Yeah. That's the roll. Do it.
It's a 9.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
What have I done to us?
Severely damaged, minus 10% hull.
That's the trader.
No, that's all of
I thought
them.
you said it was other.
It is,
oh,
that's
you're right.
all of
It
them.
carries all the way over. All right.
Oh my god.
Where'd those chips go?
I know,
Don't
right?
basement them all.
We couldn't have.
That's why the Foundation was able to afford the ship.
Yeah.
Probably in an impound lot. Whoever had it, it's like, oh, it's not worth fixing.
Or maybe it was fine and we're the crew with that damaged ship, maybe.
It could be.
Yeah.
I like that. Impound. The chat room is very amused by your evil giggle.
This is. Oh, god damn it.
Wah, wah.
It's like Well, it was a Galaxy Quest where they're pulling out of the
Okay,
I was
out of
thinking of
the
names.
dock and it just scrapes the whole side of it. And there's that scene for like a minute where they're all.
Yeah. All right.
You done with the dice there, Pooja?
Oh, yes.
No, it's okay. I'll get the little bag there.
That's the bag.
Put them back.
And,
I think we should do like a recap of each of our characters right
Oh,
now. for
probably
the
a good
end.
idea.
that's a good one. So,
Anyone want to go first?
I think Kimmy should go
Oh,
first.
okay. Since it was my idea, I guess that's fair.
Yes.
Ready.
All right. So my name is Riley O'Connor. I'm a human from the EU and from Terra. I went in to the military academy, and that's where I joined a political movement and met a soon-to-be-named character that is played by Pooja. We weren't very successful in our political movement. I also failed out of the academy. So I went into the Marines, where I was support. I became a Lance Corporal. I got trapped behind enemy lines, but I was able to talk my way out of it. And that is where I'd already met Stork, and I was friends with Stork, and he got mad at the officer who was responsible for my being trapped behind enemy lines, and that affected his story. And he could tell you about that part. And then, after that, I stayed in the Marines. I survived, but I didn't get... I got promoted, but I didn't get any special assets. So I was a corporal. I was assigned to a space station. That's where I met Joey's character. He'll tell you his name in a second. And I trained him in self-defense. Then I decided to leave the Marines. I became an entertainer. I made a fantastic workout program that became very popular. And unfortunately did not make very much money. I made a bunch of money and I blew it all. Somehow, though, I found this piece of ancient technology. Maybe that's what I blew my
I was just going to say, you're spending your
Well, an
money on this.
artifact, not necessarily technology, but an
It
artifact.
says ancient technology was the
I thought it said artifact.
No, ancient technology. I mean, I can look it up again, but I think it was ancient technology. I mean, it can be an artifact, and I just don't know what it is. And that led me to my last stage of life, and I became a truther. And I'm using my time with the Exodus Foundation to go around the known universe and spread the truth about my ancient technology artifact.
I love that you, like, as a famous entertainer, found this or
thing.
like a pawn shop or somebody
Yeah.
sold it to you and you got so enamored you blew your entire fortune on it.
Yeah.
That's
Ta-da! And that's where I am now.
Yay.
Yeah,
I think you still have some PTS from when you were stuck behind enemy lines.
maybe. I don't know.
It made you crazy.
Or, I mean, maybe I don't really believe that about this artifact, but I see this as my next get-rich-quick
Oh, yeah.
scam.
Right. What are your stats?
My stats are... Strength is 8, Dexterity is 8, Dexterity is 9, Endurance is 8, Intellect is 7, Education is 6, and Social is 3, and Followers is currently 0.
Which is working on it.
But I'm working on it.
Okay. Who's next?
I'll go. So I am Milo Hawkins, human from the EU colony Procyon, age 34. I went to the university where I met Pooch's character. I had a bit of a reputation for being a partier as opposed to a studier, but I still graduated because I'm just that damn charming. And let's see, I graduated. I went into diplomacy because I wanted to try to help the world I'm from. That's kind of in a bit of turmoil. And while there, I developed a rival who was actually the person that Pooja was trying to sabotage, and I tried to convince her against it, named Constance Fleming. She ended up betraying me, so she can suck it. And Pooja was right. And so that serves me right for questioning Pooja.
Things we've learned today.
Right?
Yeah.
Never question Pooja. So then, next, I was retaining my diplomatic status. I learned how to defend myself because there was a threat made against me by my older brother, Alphonse Hawkins, because he was jealous of my rising through the ranks quicker than he was. Thanks to Kimi's character, I learned how to defend myself. Let's see. And I made it up to the rank of second secretary as far as the diplomat goes. I continued diplomacy, and it was then I was approached by a conspiracy of other diplomats trying to gain some more political power. I wanted to try to bring them down from the inside, and that didn't work out in my favor. They ended up turning against me and basically blamed the whole thing on me, which got me drummed out of the diplomatic corps. I still have a shit ton of money, and I'm with Exodus to try to better the galaxy and hopefully maybe get some revenge on some of the people who wronged me.
Nice.
There's quite a few of them. Stats: Strength 6, Dexterity.
Hold on,
10.
hold on.
Sorry.
Put this at the top.
Sorry.
Ready.
Strength 6, Dexterity 10, Endurance 7, Intellect 10, Education 12, Social 10.
Nice.
Wow. A lot of
Definitely the one with the
Above
stats.
average.
Yeah, I rolled really well.
Yeah, he did.
a lot of letters. They use a hexadecimal for them. So you just have a 6-digit code that's your character's stats. That's from the old days. Who's next?
I might as well go around the circle here. So my name is Vesa Simola. I'm a Terran from Finland, or Finnish descent. I started out in Marines, made it 2 terms, and got mustered, or got out at an event, I guess, right? Yeah, quarreled with an officer. That's how Kimmy and I ended up with our connection. Failed out, so I became a scout. Had a mishap in scout, which I've forgotten what it was. Something awful happened.
Oh, you PTSD.
Yes, I did.
Yes.
So I tried to be a scout, and then something bad happened to me there. So I ended up out of scouts. Let's see. I'll read it to you. Is
Psychological damage.
mishap 2. Is that right? Oh, here it is. Mishap 2. Psychological damage by your time in the scouts. Reduce your int by 1. So yeah, psychological damage. Couldn't take that anymore, so I decided to become a citizen. And I couldn't even hack it as a citizen. Apparently, whatever happened to me has messed my head up so much. So I ended up mustering out of the citizen with a mishap of 3, which was hard times caused by lack of interstellar trade costs, and I lost my job. So I'm pretty much on the down and out, and decided I might as well hook up with this. What is it? The
Exodus Foundation.
Exodus Foundation, because I get 3 squares a day. I got something to do.
Oh, maybe since we're old friends, I recommended it.
There you go.
There you go.
Perfect.
Nice.
I'm perfect.
Hey,
I'm like,
I'm broke too right now.
Yeah.
They're looking for people who have some weapon knowledge.
right.
Cool.
And you and I ended up. You came to visit my planet for some reason, maybe to close it down. I don't know why. It's off the trade route, and so I was the liaison because we spoke French, or I spoke enough, or whatever, and I showed you around the planet, or sort of showed you around the spaceport because it's a colonizing planet, so it's mostly wilderness.
Great. My character name is Shari Melnick. SHARI MELNYK.
MELM.
NYK.
N. Okay.
Terran, I suppose, from Epsilon Eridani. And, she grew up in a pretty metropolitan area, but just seemed like, like your average girl growing up. Until she went to university and became involved in a political movement in which she met Kimmy's character and unsuccessfully sabotaged Constance. But did, meet and keep in touch with Joey's character. And that, but like this political espionage, as much as it didn't quite work out as well as it could have, gave her that fire to, work behind the scenes, and she ended up becoming an intelligence agent. Nice. And so she spent the next few terms working as a spy and a sometimes saboteur.
Excellent.
Never to be, really thought about. And during her time of doing that, visiting a planet on redacted business, met Vesa, and established kind of a ring of contacts, gathered some more skills, and then one day got in a little too deep and learned something that someone absolutely did not want her to know.
Yes.
And that ended her time in intelligence, unfortunately, with an enemy doggedly pursuing her at her back.
Yes, probably quite abruptly ending your.
Yes, but I did make it out with a little bit of money and an EM probe.
Okay.
I didn't give you my stats, Stu.
No, go ahead. Give me the stats for Sherry, and then I'll go back to Storks.
Okay. Strength 8, Dex 6, 8 Endurance, 9 Intellect, 12 Education, and 7 Social.
Okay. Vesa Simola.
Strength 7, Dex 5, Endurance 10, Intellect 7, Education 4, Social is 6.
Okay.
And I guess also might be worth noting on mine that I have 3 contacts and an enemy.
Nice. Fantastic.
All right, that was fun.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That was so good.
And we all ended with these characters we never would have picked.
No.
We would have
Not
just
in a
gone
million years.
with, right? How cool is that?
Yeah. It's fantastic. I love
Spend all the time making up
Cover
characters.
Yep. I know. I do. Like, it's
Thank
so
you so
fun.
much.
Yeah.
I actually did a whole con game where Dave and I had them make characters, and then we ran them through like an hour and a half little adventure.
Yeah.
And everybody came up to me afterwards and said, that was so much fun.
Yeah.
It's really creating characters is just a game in itself, and it can be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
I did that on the last con or 2 cons before.
And honestly, I really
I set
love.
a 2-term limit to them. So.
Yeah, like I really love the idea that like you forge these connections and
Yeah.
and you don't come in and it's not all like I distrust you because I don't know you and we've been thrown into the situation
None of
together.
that.
It's like
Yeah.
no, I mean you may not be best friends,
No.
but
No.
you've met before.
Yeah.
You have a thing. You're like okay, there's a basis of trust.
So you're more or less on the level with everybody.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, awesome. This game is actually going to be every Sunday for the next 2 months up until fair starts. So it's very exciting. No
Yeah.
flipping back and forth. It will generally be at 4 p.m. Pacific time. So very exciting. Anything else? Check out the schedule at happyjacks.org/schedule.
Yep.
Thank you.
Starting next
Bye,
Sunday.
guys.
See you then.
If I told you the things I've seen on my ways, if I told you the things I've done in my days, you wouldn't believe me anyway. So it's best I just don't say. I've lived 1,000 lives. I've piloted 1,000 souls. I killed and fought and died just for a single role.
The preceding program has been a presentation of the Angry Folk Media Empire.
Why problem make when you no problem have you don't want to make?